Christmas music will simply have to wait because it's Leake Academy playoff football on Friday, November 14. Tonight, the Rebels host Washington School in the MAIS 3A semifinals after a bye last week. 2 weeks ago, LA secured the number 2 seed in the playoffs with a 44-0 blowout win versus Central Hines at Thaggard Field. 3 long touchdown passes from QB George Wilcox, 1 to junior Gage Warren, and 2 to junior Easton Page put Leake comfortably in front, and the Rebel run game and defense took over from there as the Rebels finished the regular season at 8 wins and 2 losses. Tonight, 9-1 Washington comes to Madden as a 3 seed, and they're a team that has exceeded preseason expectations. The Generals have notched wins against 4A Pillow and Bio as running back Max Morgan has rushed for 1,300 yards and 18 touchdowns to lead a ground attack that has run over and past opponents week in and week out. You can expect a physical ball game tonight, and with it being the semifinals, one of these teams will head to the state championship game next Thursday night. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Crossgates Jewelers pregame. I'm Philip Palmertree. Billy Steen is our studio producer, and Mason Middleton is behind the action camera. We're glad you found us on Cruisin' 98 or the free Cruisin' 98 mobile app, or a live audio stream at Kicks96news.com, where you click on the Listen Live tab for Cruisin' 98. You may be watching LA football on the Triple M Motors video stream. There's a link available in the news stories at Kicks96news.com. It takes you to the Boswell Media Sports YouTube channel. Tonight's broadcast is powered by Central Electric Power Association. Before this semifinal playoff game kicks off at 7, I'll give you the Philadelphia Gun and Pawn starters. We'll talk about what the Rebels need to do to beat the Generals. But first, we'll hear from Leake's head coach Brian Pickens. There's a whole lot coming at you straight ahead as the Crossgates Jewelers pregame continues from Boswell Media Sports.
For 87 years, we've been your biggest fans. Rest assured, while you are cheering on your favorite team this season, Central Electric's team is working around the clock to provide reliable service year-round. Whether building power lines in extreme weather conditions or restoring power on a stormy night, Central Electric employees take your electric service seriously. We will be there to keep the game on. So enjoy this football season and take comfort in our team's reliable service all year long. It's our commitment to you, serving you since 1937. This institution is an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Quality care close to home. When it comes to health care, nothing beats the comfort of quality care right in your community. At Baptist Memorial League, we understand your family's health is a top priority. That's why we now offer care at 3 locations. Visit us at Baptist Primary Care Carthage, Baptist Family Medicine Sebastopol, or Baptist Primary Care Walnut Grove. Our dedicated providers are here to ensure you and your loved ones receive the care you deserve. Whether you need to schedule an appointment or prefer the flexibility of a walk-in, we are ready to assist you. Baptist League, making your health care our #1 priority.
Walk into the shimmering world of Crossgates Jewelers and Pearl, where every piece of fine jewelry will tell a story and represent the memories of your life. Their GIA graduate gemologist will show you their exquisite collection of engagement rings and bridal sets, answering any questions you may have when choosing the perfect diamond and setting. Their expert in-house repairs ensures your cherished items are in the best hands. Crossgate Jewelers, located at the corner of Cross Park and Highway 80 in Pearl. You are unique, and your jewelry should be too.
Thanks to Rosebud General Store, I can get all I need to work the farm right here at home.
Because they go hand in hand with what you use. Spreaders, hay bale rings, cattle catch pins, head gates, and fencing supplies. And let's not forget a great clothing department with boots and shoes to clothe the whole family.
Plus feed and medicine for all our animals, and even a deli to feed us farmers at lunch. That's my faithful friends at Rosebud General Store, Highway 487 East in Rosebud.
Life is full of surprises, but with the right insurance, you can be prepared for whatever comes your way.
At South Group Insurance, they offer tailored insurance solutions for your home, auto, business, and farm. Whether it's protecting your family or securing your future, they're always there to help.
South Group Insurance agents are local, experienced, and ready to help provide personalized service that's right for you.
South Group Insurance, just off the Court Square in Carthage.
Ready for your next ride? Triple M Motors has been serving you for 54 years, offering unbeatable prices and an impressive selection to match every lifestyle. With easy financing options and top-notch service long after you drive away, your car buying experience is hassle-free from start to finish. Trust the name that's been in your corner for over 5 decades. Stop by Triple M Motors today and see why our customers keep coming back, generation after generation. Triple M Motors, Highway 35, Carthage.
Welcome back to the Crossgates Jewelers pregame as we get you ready for Leake Academy and Washington from Thaggard Field. Glad to have head coach Brian Pickens with us. Coach, we appreciate your time always.
All right, well, this is a good night to be up here. We're in the playoffs, so that means we're still playing, so I'm excited to be up here.
Let's reach way back in the memory machine 2 weeks ago and think about that last regular season game at home against Central Hines. We won that 44-0, and Coach, we got out in front of the Cougars early with the long passing game. We hit 3 long passing touchdowns early in the game, first quarter, early in the second quarter, got in control of that game, and then it looked like we really focused on working the rush attack after that.
Yeah, but during the week of prep for Central Hines, that was something that we wanted to emphasize is to get more physical, be able to run the football, because when you get in the playoffs, you never know what you're gonna get into. It could be weather, it could be score, you're trying to run the clock out, whatever it is. And we felt like that throughout the season we had not really been in those situations to have to really just pound the ball at somebody. So we emphasized that, and we got out there. And of course, it was a big game for us. For us to win that meant that we were going to be able to have our home field advantage. The first in the semifinals, and then we'd go on state championship. So we want to make sure we're at home. So this was a huge game, last district game. Could have possibly been the last game for our seniors out there. So I felt like our kids were excited about it. I felt like they were, prepared and ready to execute, and that's exactly what they did. I know, Gage had a huge pass early in the game from George, and then Easton had that short pass, and then he turned it into a long touchdown run. But after that, we started running the football, and I was happy to see us execute it. I was happy to see us get into some tight end formations to run more power football, and like I said, we executed and did everything that we had worked on that week. And so I was very happy with our offense. Defensively, I was really excited about what we did. That was our first shutout of the season, and sometimes we'd had shutouts, but then we would in the game basically pull the starter second quarter. Somebody might score there late in the fourth, but even with our backup guys, they did a good job of getting out there and playing defense. I thought all our kids did a real good job for 4 quarters of football.
Yeah, defense, I was going to highlight that as well. 4 sacks on the night for the defense, and Browse Wilkerson got an interception, so did Joshua Gray. So that's, defense is always proud to serve that shutout.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, our front defensive linemen, our front 3, I thought they did a super job. There was one play that it was a run play, and those 3 literally made the play all by themselves. I know they tried to run a counter play. Joey blows it up. Monk comes off the backside. The running back tried to cut back after Joey blew it up, and Levo had just got off a tackle, and Levo hits the kid, and Monk and Joey join in, and I mean, it's just the 3 of them, and like I said, it was a thing of beauty the way the 3 of them just took care of the whole line of scrimmage and the running back. So like I said, I thought they had a super game. Our defensive linemen.
And just one more note on it, back on the offensive stat sheet, junior Garrett Adcock with 139 yards on 17 carries, 2 touchdowns. And then, as you said, we emphasized the rushing attack. Got John David Gill had 13 carries for 66 yards, and that's a season high for him. And that it's good to have that 1-2 punch in the backfield.
Oh, it really is. We just really this year you hadn't seen a lot of it, and I guess it's a fortunate thing, but it's something that we really just had to continue to work on during practice. But just like you said, that 1-2 punch last year, we had a lot of rushing carries. Sometimes we were taking away our passing game, and so we had to run the ball more. But that's probably the most carries Adcock's had in the game, and John David, combined. So that was kind of what we wanted to look at. We weren't going to go in and just not throw the football, because that's our strength, that's who we are. But we also wanted to work on that while the game was still tight, and I thought our kids did a great job of that.
When we come back from the break, Coach Brian Pickens will talk to us about how the Rebels have approached the bye week leading up to this 3A semifinal game against Washington School. So you'll want to hear that. Stay with us as Leake Academy football continues.
Roll into Junction Deli, where nourishment meets journey. On the menu, delectable breakfast, lunch, and supper. Whether you're in Philadelphia, Newton, Union, Carthage, Louisville, Oxford, or Scuba, we're the local pit stop that blends the allure of delicious food with the convenience of a fuel station. Remember, when your stomach grumbles or your tank covers on empty, we're just around the corner. Download the Junction app for ordering convenience and look for the new car wash in Louisville next to Walmart.
Did you know most people overpay by up to 50% for individual health insurance? David Barham Insurance will save you that. Plus, David has the best rates on the market for Medicare supplement. The solution is not on the internet or far away. It's right here in Carthage. David Barham, a local insurance agent you can trust. Make sure you have the best coverage and price. Call David Barham, 601-941-1280 on the north side of the square in Carthage.
Sunrise over Neshoba County signals another hard-working day. And locals know just where to get the job done right. Neshoba County Co-op serves our community, supporting farmers, gardeners, and home growers with trusted supplies and friendly advice. From feed and seed to hardware and clothing, every aisle is filled with the essentials you use to make your living. Rooted in Mississippi traditions, the Neshoba County Co-op is proud to help your work flourish. Every season, every reason. Neshoba County Co-op, Philadelphia.
My knee rehab was 100% successful thanks to Performance Therapy. They sat down with me and created a plan to ensure I would achieve my personal rehabilitation goals, and they encouraged me to get the most out of every session. Performance Therapy provided plenty of material for me to continue my rehab in between sessions too. Hopefully I don't have to see them in the future, but if I did, I would definitely choose Performance Therapy again.
For more information, go to performancetherapyms.com. Performance Therapy, Carthage, Philadelphia, and Forest.
When dealing with something as complex as taxes and payroll can be, you can turn to Weaver Tax and Accounting to make things easier. Their professional staff works diligently to make sure your business and personal returns are complete and finished in a timely manner. Weaver Tax and Accounting will also execute your bookkeeping and payroll, bringing you the best in tax services since 1979. Weaver Tax and Accounting, 20 South Street, Sebastopol, and 109 Chadwick Avenue in Walnut Grove.
When it comes to finding the perfect home, experience matters. Lee Realty is connecting buyers with quality new construction homes tailored to their needs. Hey, it's Stacey O'Neill with Lee Realty. Whether you're starting fresh or upgrading, our team will guide you every step of the way, making the process simple, smooth, and stress-free. Ready to get started? Give us a call today.
We don't want everyone's business, just yours. Lee Realty, 206 West Pickett Street, Philadelphia, 601-562-7123.
Welcome back into the Crossgates Jewelers pregame. 3A semifinals kicking off from Thaggard Field at 7 o'clock. Leake Academy against the Washington Generals. And we still have Rebels head coach Brian Pickens with us. And with the playoff structure this year being a 4-team affair for the 3A championship, everybody got a week off last week. What was the emphasis of coming into that open week last week for your team?
Biggest thing was just to focus on us. That's what I told the kids we were going to do Friday night after the game. I said, look, we're going to come in and next week is a great week for us. We get a bye week. We can rest some people. We can heal some of these, injuries, whether it be something that somebody may had to miss a game for, and then kind of heal up during the open date, or just somebody who's just tweaked an ankle, just got some bumps and bruises. You just kind of want to, let their bodies heal a little bit. And, that was what made that week important for us. And, that's kind of something we talked about as coaches. We didn't talk about the player, talk about the coaches, is get past Central Hines and we got a week to let some of these guys heal. But to the players, I told them the focus was for us to focus on who we are and what we do and for us to get better. And I feel like that Monday was a super day. We gave them Monday off, and I feel like it was a day that they could heal physically and get a little mental refreshment. It's kind of, this season has flown by. It's hard to really believe we're in the playoffs. And I've said this a lot. That's a testament to these young men out there. They make practice, the word fun kind of gets overused, but they make practice fun, exciting. It's time we're getting better. We use their time efficiently. And so practice to us is not some, we got to go to practice. They come out there with a great attitude every day. And so that kind of makes the season fly by because you're steadily coaching these guys. These guys are so coachable that you forget where you are in the season because it feels like you're still at week 2 and, we're going to get better at this. And then we get better, we're going to get better at that. And you just keep improving. And so, like I said, they're a fun group to watch grow and mature. But they've been doing this since August. And if you take the summer workouts longer than that, we really have not had a day off. Even the 2 holidays we had, Labor Day and Labor Day was, our first game. I think we're playing JA, Labor Day. So we felt like we needed to get prepared for that. And, so what a week you just say, okay, we'll take off Monday and we'll double up on Tuesday, which we've done sometimes in the past, just to give them a little refresher. We felt like we needed to get the reps in. And then we got the fall break. Well, we come to fall break, and that was a huge district game for us. So we were right back on the practice field. So these guys have not had a day off since August. So we felt like Monday was a great day to do that, and they took the day off, and you could tell by the mentality and the enthusiasm that Monday was exactly what they needed, not only physically but mentally. And so they came out Tuesday. We had a super day Tuesday. Worked on a lot of fundamental stuff, and yes, we had film from Washington, and we worked on Washington's offense and against their defense. But a lot of our pre-practice stuff, early practice stuff, we were getting groups. We probably stayed in groups a little longer than normal just to work on things, to improve ourselves. And they did that not only Tuesday, but Wednesday, Thursday. And when you take a bye week, it's easy for a football team. It's easy for coaches sometimes to kind of think, we don't have anything to get ready for. And you just kind of go through the motions. Well, this group didn't last week. I mean, they were tuned in. And like I said, we had super practice last week. And then this week's been a normal prep week. Monday was what we always do, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And like I said, we've had a great week of practice even this week. But during the bye week, I was really proud of them.
Well, Coach, I've got a couple of kind of stats about Leake and playoffs that you may be aware of, but maybe you aren't. This year makes 20 consecutive seasons that Leake has made the playoffs. And not only that, the Rebels are 9-0 in first-round playoff games going back to 2016, and that includes coming off a bye week. So we've been able to get past that first opponent for 9 straight years. Knowing that, somebody might turn to you and ask, well, is there a secret to preparing that yields that kind of result?
Well, I think number one, the secret is when you get to playoffs, you got to have good players. And we've been blessed. We've been blessed to have young men that work extremely hard, take a lot of pride in what they do. And they've been good players for us. And so that's number one. I always give the credit to the kids because when it's all said and done, those are the guys on the field, and those are the guys that get it done for you. You can have all kinds of great ideas, but you got to have those 11 guys executed. And I've always been fortunate for 24 years. I felt like that I've had those guys that would get out there and execute and keep a program with the pride that is had throughout the years. But I guess the biggest thing is consistency. You really can't tell the difference between a playoff practice and a regular season practice. We're still on the dummies. We're still on the sleds. We're warming up just like we always do. And, but it goes back to what I always tell our kids. You've got to prepare every week the same. If you deem this is a big game and we're going to practice real hard, sometimes sometimes emotions, nerves, anxiety gets the best of you. You've got to look at it. Every week has got to be the same. You've got to just be consistent throughout the weeks. And that's probably, if I could tell anybody, that's the secret. There it is. It's just that's the consistency of it. That's that's why people will say sometimes we don't change things, and people say superstition. It has nothing to do with superstition. It's all about consistency. I want everything to look alike. When we play at home, I want it to look like it did week 1 as it does in the playoffs. If we're on the road, I want it to look like what we did on the road when we traveled here to look like it does when we go to the playoffs. And because it just keeps your players' anxiety levels at a minimum. And so, I just think consistency and to have fun. I tell the kids a lot of times, when you get in the playoffs, don't take it for granted. And 20 years in the playoffs, sometimes it'd be easy to do that. You say that about the 20 years. I don't know. We were warming up, I guess a week or so ago. And, we knew that mathematically we were in the playoffs. And I said something about the last time we didn't make the playoffs or something, and one of the kids looked at me and said, "Coach, I wasn't even born then," and so it makes you feel like it lets you know how old you are, but it also lets you know how many years we've been in the playoffs. And but the thing is, you can't ever take that for granted, because I tell our kids all the time, there's a lot of young men that played 3 years of high school football and they never got to go to the playoffs. They don't even know what that feeling's like, and so don't take it for granted. Be excited about it, be enthusiastic about it, and take a sense of pride that you're there and you're able to do this. And this is the rewards of your hard work during the summer, during the regular season, and now you're here and you're keeping your program where you want it to be year in and year out. And so with the consistency, I also try to express the fact that this is what you've done. Now go do something with it. This is what you worked for to get to. Now do something with it.
We'll step aside for a minute and come back. One more segment with Leake Academy head football coach Brian Pickens, and we'll look at tonight's semifinal matchup against the 3 seed, the Washington Generals. So stay where you are as the Crossgates Jewelers pregame continues from Boswell Media Sports.
Build your barn with Ozark Ag from the ground up. Expanding your poultry operation is simple and fast when you turn to the poultry pros that you'll find at Ozark Ag. They're your go-to partner for poultry barn construction. So let's check that checklist, shall we? Full service design and build? Check. Equipment installation? Check. And service that lasts long after the barn is finished? Check. And by the way, this just in? Check. Build strong together. Call or go by to get started. Ozark Ag, Highway 16, Carthage.
Moore's Pharmacy in Carthage, Sebastopol, and Walnut Grove appreciate you, their customers. We have a beautiful selection of gifts with free gift wrapping. We are one of the only pharmacies around to offer compounding and women's hormone replacement therapy. Moore's Pharmacy accepts all insurance, including Medicaid. Our 2-lane drive-through and prescription synchronization will make your visit very convenient. Come see us. We have the shortest wait time in town and a professional staff to assist you. Moore's Pharmacy, Highway 16, Carthage.
Hunting season is here, and Leake County Co-op has everything you need to get ready. From ammunition to deer attractants, premium deer feed, and the seed to plant your perfect food plot, they've got you covered. And cattlemen, don't forget, it's almost time to plant ryegrass and winter wheat for winter grazing. Lock in the best pricing by prepaying for your ryegrass seed before October 15th. So whether you're headed to the woods or the pasture, come see us at Leake County Co-op, where neighbors help neighbors since 1936.
Ready for your next ride? Triple M Motors has been serving you for 54 years, offering unbeatable prices and an impressive selection to match every lifestyle. With easy financing options and top-notch service long after you drive away, your car buying experience is hassle-free from start to finish. Trust the name that's been in your corner for over 5 decades. Stop by Triple M Motors today and see why our customers keep coming back, generation after generation. Triple M Motors, Highway 35, Carthage.
Philadelphia Gun and Pine, the original since 1974.
Philadelphia Gun and Pawn reminds you, size matters.
which is why they have the largest collection of firearms your eyes have ever seen.
They carry a huge selection of Liberty and Browning safes in stock, and delivery is available.
Save 25% off select used firearms while you can.
Always giving you more bang for your buck.
Visit Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, 910 Posey Avenue in Philadelphia.
The original Philadelphia Gun and Pawn.
Need to make your team stand out? In Sports has you covered. From high-quality screen printing on jerseys and fan gear to top-notch sports equipment, we bring your game to the next level. Celebrate your victories with our professional trophies and plaques, perfect for every champion. Whether you're gearing up for the season or commemorating a win, trust In Sports, where local teams shine brighter. Gear up, play hard, win big. In Sports, just off the square in Philadelphia.
We're getting closer and closer to kickoff between Leake and Washington from Thaggard Field. The Crossgate Jewelers pregame is rolling on. I'm Philip Palmertree, and I've got Coach Brian Pickens here with us for one more segment. And let's look at the matchup tonight against the Generals. Washington's got a veteran head coach. A lot of people didn't have Washington picked at the top of that district in the north, but they took it by storm and have a really potent run offense.
Oh, yeah. Coach Lott was there. I told you in the coach show, he was there back in the glory days of Washington, and he had left for a while, and now he's back. And, I think he's just a guy that's got a lot of pride in that school, and he's bringing it back to the kids, and you can see it on the field. They look like the Washington the old physical, hit you in the mouth on defense, run that ball at you on offense, and but they also got these skilled guys that can make plays out in the secondary and make big plays. So, they're kind of what you call, they're a total package team. And, but that's what you're going to see. When you get to this point in time, we're playing the semifinals. These are the four best teams that, in 3A. And so, you would expect anything different, that, you're going to play a super well-coached football team. But, yes, they're mainly a run team. But like I said, they got the guys that can make plays down the field, so you can't, they're by no means one-dimensional. And then, not only can I say they're a run team, they're physical in a shotgun, but, look, I've seen them in a lot of films. They'll get in there under center, put those three backs in the backfield, the old power eye, and they're coming at you. And, you can tell, I use the word pride a lot, and sometimes I overuse it, but when I say pride, it's just this sense of, we can do this, this is who we are, and when it comes that point in time, we're going to get in here and we're going to run this football at you, and let's see if you can stop us, and so that's one thing that we've had to get ready for. We're going to have to match their physicality when we're on defense and they're on offense, and they decide this is what they want to do. We're going to match that physicality with them, and I go toe-to-toe with them. And, that just starts with that, guys up front, linebackers got to, get to that football. When they're on defense, we're on offense. They're a multiple group. They do a great job. Coach Lott, you can tell these kids are coached. They're very fundamentally sound, and they're a team that when I say you got to take what they give you, because they're going to give you multiple looks here and there, and so you've got to be able to adjust to those looks, take what they give you, keep those sticks moving, and drive the football. Time and again through the season, we've faced teams. Of course, we prepare, we scout, and we have seen teams come out against us in some different offensive formations, some things that haven't shown up on film, and that's part of the gamesmanship and planning of football. I want to ask you, take us back to one of those moments and how you've coached your defensive unit to react and respond and adjust to that, when it gets presented in the first quarter of the ball game. Well, you have to be patient. Sometimes you have to let kids play through stuff. And when somebody comes out with something totally different, the one thing that pops in my mind, Winona. We had never seen them in any of the formation they were in, and they went on that long drive, and you only got 3 timeouts, a half, so you can't just start taking timeouts. So you have to try to coach from the sideline. They have to be. That's what I say. They have to be fundamentally fundamentally sound. You have to have that base defense. And from that base defense, they've just got to be able to react. Now, defensively, especially in today's football, there's so much. You talk about defense. There's so much that you have to be prepared for today. I mean, in today's football, I always say it's not fun coaching defense in today's football. And when you see somebody get a shutout, they've done something. I mean, I don't care who you playing, they've done something, because today's football is you can face somebody that's got 4 wide receivers and they're all spread out wide. And they're throwing the thing and they're effective, but then the next series are coming out. They got, they brought tight ends in the games, and they got a 3-back backfield, and they're doing that effectively. Back when, you go back to our days when we played, it was, you did one thing. They didn't put a lot on us. These kids today, all of us coaches, we put a lot on them. They're a very intelligent group when it comes to football. I'll say that about today's football player. They know a lot of football, and I don't think they sometimes get the credit that they deserve, because these kids are going from we've done it. You got a tight end that's in there blocking power. So the next thing you know is catching a fade route. We move them in and out. We move them all over the field. They have to know where to line up on every play. And so defensively, you've got to react with that. And back when I was a defensive coordinator, 100 years ago, probably, I guess now it's been about 25, no longer than that, probably close to 30 years ago when I was defensive coordinator, you watched an offense, and that's what you were going to get. And you just were meticulous with how you were going to stunt, how you were going to line up. Now people will change on you. So you got to go back to those roots. You got to go back to that foundation, that defense that the kids know and are comfortable with. Biggest thing about football today is play fast. Get them in a defense where they're playing fast, and they're going to be effective with it. And then, like you said, a formation you hadn't seen. Biggest thing is you're making sure you're not getting outflanked. You're not getting out-gapped. And if you can do that, you're okay. And like I said, then you let the kids play through it. They're seeing something totally different. In practice, we told them, hey, here's your key. This is what they're going to do now. And I always say those coaches, they make a liar of you, we talk about that a lot of times when we're on offense. We want to make their coaches into liars. They thought we were going to do this, but now we're doing this. So you've got to let them play through that, because they're seeing something brand new, and they've got to make these plays. And then as a coaching staff, you're over there looking at it, and now you're coming up in your head with, okay, how can we adjust more effectively to it? And a lot of times that first drive, that's why you'll see them drive down the field and score. And I really, you hate to say the word, you can't let it affect you. I tell the kids, hey, you gotta, they score, you gotta put that in the background, and fix what you can. And a lot of times you'll see them drive down the field and score, and then we'll get control over the game. Well, that means we've done some effective adjustments and things like that. And sometimes it's a quick adjustment. Sometimes it takes a little longer. Sometimes it's effective. Sometimes it's not. But to kind of answer your question, when it comes out something different, your kids have to rely on that. Just that foundation. Here's where we are. This is just our normal defense. This is how we're going to play this. We're fine. We're comfortable here. We've got to make these plays. And then the coaching staff can tell somebody, hey, you need to move over. You need to slide a gap. You need to, we're going to walk you up. We're going to bring you off this edge. Whatever we need to do to make, to adjust to it.
Appreciate that, Coach. I'll let you go. And, of course, as always, we wish you and the Rebels lots of success tonight against Washington. And with a game tonight that is, as you said earlier, this is survive in advance, win or go home. And if we can get a win tonight, we get a trip to the state championship. So good luck to you guys tonight.
All right, well, I appreciate it. I hope we're doing this next week.
All right. Coach Brian Pickens joining us on the Crossgates Jewelers pregame. We'll take one more break and get our countdown to kickoff started when we come back as Leake Academy football continues.
When it comes to finding the perfect home, experience matters. Leake Realty is connecting buyers with quality new construction homes tailored to their needs. Hey, it's Stacey O'Neill with Leake Realty. Whether you're starting fresh or upgrading, our team will guide you every step of the way, making the process simple, smooth, and stress-free. Ready to get started? Give us a call today.
We don't want everyone's business, just yours. Leake Realty, 206 West 50th Street, Philadelphia, 601-562-7123.
If spending days looking for top dollar for your timber has left you feeling like you're barking up the wrong tree, then I would listen closely. Welch Forest Products in Union does it better than anyone and with the least possible damage to your property. Whether it's management, forestry care, pine plantation, thinning, or site prep, the last number you'll dial is 601-774-8200. They buy land with or without timber too. Call Bo Welch now at Welch Forest Products today. 601-774-8200.
Life is full of surprises, but with the right insurance, you can be prepared for whatever comes your way.
At South Group Insurance, they offer tailored insurance solutions for your home, auto, business, and farm. Whether it's protecting your family or securing your future, they're always there to help.
South Group Insurance agents are local, experienced, and ready to help provide personalized service that's right for you.
South Group Insurance, just off the Court Square in Carthage.
Dr. Brooke Bobo and his staff at Carthage Veterinary Clinic wish you and your animals the very best. They treat all animals, large or small, with the care you would want for a member of your family. Carthage Veterinary Clinic provide for your sick or injured animals and also offer grooming and boarding as well. Located on Highway 16, Carthage Veterinary Clinic is open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 7:30 until 5:30, and Wednesday and Saturday from 7:30 till noon.
Thanks to Rosebud General Store, I can get all I need to work the farm right here at home.
Because they go hand in hand with what you use. Spreaders, hay bale rings, cattle catch pens, head gates, and fencing supplies. And let's not forget a great clothing department with boots and shoes to clothe the whole family.
Plus feed and medicine for all our animals, and even a deli to feed us farmers at lunch. That's my faithful friends at Rosebud General Store, Highway 487 East in Rosebud.
West Side Body Shop says, let's face it, stuff happens. And when it does, they can take care of damage as small as a chip in your windshield all the way up to full collision services. Insurance claims are always welcome too. Just be sure your first stop is West Side Body Shop in Philadelphia. They also specialize in truck accessories, including toolboxes, visors, Nerf bars, and winches. They make your ride look cool. West Side Body Shop, just off Beacon Street on Waterview Lane, right behind the Huddle House in Philadelphia.
Boswell Media Sports.
The Crossgates Jewelers pregame continues from Thaggard Field. It's the 3A semifinals. 2 versus 3 seed. 2 seed Leake coming in at 8-2. 3 seed Washington School coming in at 9-1. Both teams have lost to Tri-County in their schedule. We'll talk more about the matchup in just a minute, but the winner, of course, advances to the state championship game next Thursday night. That's right, Thursday night at Jackson Academy, 7 o'clock kickoff. And the winner of this game faces the winner of Columbia and Tri-County. We'll try to keep you updated on that game as well. My friend Cliff Barker, play-by-play voice for the Tri-County Rebels, and I are going to try to share scores through the night. We'll pass them along to you. You can watch tonight's broadcast of Leake Academy football on the Triple M Motors video stream available at Kicks96news.com, and we're powered by Central Electric Power Association. Billy Steen is our studio engineer. Mason Middleton is operating the camera. I'm Philip Palmertree. Let's get to the starters presented by Philadelphia Gun and Pawn. We'll give an overall health report first. Guys who have been banged up and out the last few weeks are all back and available tonight, except for, of course, Major Chandler, who's missed the entire year, and Braden Welch, who got injured about 3-4 weeks ago. Everybody else who's been banged up is available tonight, and that's good news. The Rebels will be more at full strength than they've been at a while. Let's go to the starters. On offense, Connor Moore, senior at center, touches the ball first. He's flanked at left guard by senior John Wyatt King. On the right side by right guard, junior Tanner Walsworth. John David Thomas is the junior at left tackle, and another junior at right tackle, Lane Stewart. We'll see Wright Palokas at wide receiver. At H-back, some will also see Kobe Kemp and Caden Monk playing at tight end and H-back in some of tonight's personnel packages as well. Easton Page at wide receiver, leading receiver on the ball club, 1,050 yards on 44 receptions, 15 touchdowns. He averages 24 yards a reception. Then Gage Warren on the other side, who's had a couple of big games recently, 6'2", 160-pound junior. At running back, Garrett Adcock, 104 carries for 820 yards and 15 TDs, 8 yards per carry for Garrett. And at quarterback, the senior QB1, George Wilcox, has thrown for 2,352 yards, He's completed 65% of his passes, 29 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Defensively at nose guard, Alan Olivo, the senior. Defensive tackle, I lost my place on the sheet here. Boy, you get on a roll and then you just kind of stumble here. All right, anyway, we'll go defensive end. Defensive end, Joey Saki on one side, the junior. And then Caden Monk on the other side. There's Talon Dillard at defensive tackle. Missed him, the junior. And then middle linebacker Kobe Kemp, senior, 6'1", 215. Jack Johnston will be on the outside at linebacker. He'll also take care of punting duties tonight, even though Caden Stovall's available for place kicking. Jack Johnston will punt, and Joey Saki's going to kick off. The other linebacker, senior Carter Pigg. In the secondary at Rover, Gavin Gamillion. Safety will be Will Garner. He's back in the lineup and back at full strength. Joshua Gray at one cornerback, the senior, and junior Brennan Evans at the other side. Tanner Walsworth handles the snaps on place kicks. Wright Palokas long snapping on the punts. And as we mentioned, Stovall will be kicking extra points and field goals. Johnston punting and Saki kicking off. Those are tonight's starting lineups presented by Philadelphia Gun and Pawn. And hey, Rebel fans, Baptist Memorial Hospital Leake is honoring the late old ball coach Gilbert Barham by endowing the Gilbert Barham Color Commentators Chair. And the Gilbert Barham Color Commentator, once again, is Cooper Sanders. Coop, good to have you back. Hope you enjoyed your week off. But if you're like me, this Friday couldn't get here soon enough for playoff football.
Oh, yeah, I've been excited about it all week long. I mean, it's the semifinals in high school football playoffs. I mean, it's as good as it can get. It's one of the best Friday nights of the year because for a lot of teams in semifinals, it's the last Friday night lights of the year. So, I mean, it's exciting to be here in the home crowd. It's going to be a good one tonight.
We know this will be the last game for the Rebels at Thaggard Field, because if you win this game and your season continues, you're going to head to Jackson for the state championship. We mentioned that's Thursday night next week against the Columbia and Tri-County winner. But tonight's opponent, we watched them warm up. Coop, Washington School, a team we haven't seen in quite a few years. First time these teams have met since the 2020 season. And the Generals have got a lot of size. And they're going to come up and again, we're going to find another team that wants to punch us in the mouth. We've seen it before, and I think the Rebels will be ready for that.
Yeah, they're good. I mean, they play that Mississippi Delta football, and they're a talented team, and it's going to be a tough one tonight. It's going to be one of those hard-nosed games where toughness is going to be a huge factor.
Get ready for the name Max Morgan, a 5'7", 170-pound tailback for the Generals, who has rushed for 13 touchdowns and has rushed for over 1,000 yards on the year. They're going to feed him the ball and then try to get play action over the top. Their quarterback, Tri Avis, has been efficient. He's not thrown a ton of passes this year, but he has been efficient when he has thrown the ball off the strength of that running game. And you can expect a pass rush that's going to try to get at QB1.
Yeah, I mean, that's what teams have tried to do all season long, because where Wilcox is really good is where the line allows him to just stand in the pocket until a receiver gets far enough downfield for him to just launch one and let him go get it. So there's a chance he could be under a little more pressure tonight than he has been all season.
And offensively, we know what the Rebels want to do. They want to spread the field, stretch the field, put those DBs under some pressure on the back end of the defense, and try to hit over the top and then put that run game into gear and start wearing a team down. And as it's been throughout the year, Coop, a fast start has really been important for the Rebels' game plan.
Absolutely. You know, stumbling blocks have really hurt the Rebels this year, because there's been times where they've stumbled a little bit, but they haven't been able to recover. However, when they do recover, they recover strong, and they just have to attack this football game hard, and they have to get off to a good start and keep that going.
Rebel seniors were down on the near sideline at the 50-yard line. They're going to be tonight's game captains. I think the four who will officially go out are going to be George Wilcox, Connor Moore, John Wyatt King, and Kobe Kemp. And the Generals are coming out of the locker room on the far side. Generals, the visitors, will be in Navy helmets, white jerseys with Navy numbers, yellow football pants with Navy and white piping. And the Rebels in the home Navy jerseys with the white numerals, Navy helmets, gray football pants with cardinal red and navy blue piping. Coop's going to keep an eye on the coin toss for us. I'll tell you about some of the other action. Of course, we're keeping an eye on the other semifinal between Columbia and Tri-County. Up in 4A Division I, JA at MRA rematch game at MRA, and Jackson Prep is at Hartfield. In Division II and 4A, the 5 through 12 group, Starkville at Park Lane, Heritage at Magnolia Heights. With us in 3A, there's a Division II, 5th through 12th place group competing for a separate bracket championship. They're playing semifinals tonight. Marshall at Rossville, Wayne at ACCS. Of course, Washington got here in that 3 seed thanks to a controversial win. Not controversial on their part, but on the part of their Week 10 opponent, Marshall Academy, who basically threw the last game so that they would be the higher seed in the lower bracket. But can't, of course, Washington's carries no stink from that at all. They went out and beat them 53-6 to get here, and they're ready to compete for the big trophy. And so you got nothing but respect for Washington.
And yeah, they did nothing wrong in that situation. They just went out there and they played hard football. And tonight they won the toss and decided to defer to the second half to the Rebels.
All right, do you have weather loaded up?
I do. I can give it for you in just a second right here.
Leake County Co-op presents the weather and field conditions.
All right, it's probably the warmest semifinal playoff game in the state of Mississippi has been in a while. 64 degrees, still got a high of 76. The field looks absolutely great, and it's going to be a good football game tonight, as I like to say, perfect football weather.
Yeah, the color has just started to come off the grass a little bit, and it gives you that November look. As an old coach I know in Alabama likes to say, you want to be around when the ground turns brown.
Oh, yeah.
And the Rebels are around and ready for this MAIS 3A semifinal game. They come out in the inflatable helmet at the south end and head to the near sideline. Hey, we want to remember to tell you about, let's flip it up here. There we go. That Boswell Media Sports Weekly Football Pick'em Contest. Kicks Picks is available every week at kicks96news.com. Weekly winner that gets the most picks right gets a gift certificate from the Junction in Carthage, the official Football Friday food stop. And somebody's going to be the cumulative winner and take home the grand prize, a Traeger Ironwood 650 pellet grill from Ozark Ag in Carthage. We appreciate the Junction and Ozark Ag for their sponsorship of Kicks Picks.
Speaking of the Junction, just saw a guy walk in front of us who's been on a little bit of scoring tear in basketball recently. What do you have, 44 the other night?
Yes, that would be Samuel Prince. We may talk a little more about that at halftime, but we'll take a break now and be back with the kickoff as Leake Academy football continues.
When dealing with something as complex as taxes and payroll can be, you can turn to Weaver Tax and Accounting to make things easier. Their professional staff works diligently to make sure your business and personal returns are complete and finished in a timely manner. Weaver Tax and Accounting will also execute your bookkeeping and payroll, bringing you the best in tax services since 1979. Weaver Tax and Accounting, 20 South Street, Sebastopol, and 109 Chadwick Avenue in Walnut Grove.
Premier Medical Group, PMG. Your good health is our priority.
The new clinic is open. Premier Medical Group in Carthage has opened their new clinic at 300 South Pearl Street, and they welcome nurse practitioners Reagan Smith and Julie Harrington to their team. Schedule your appointment with any of their providers today at 601-298-0333.
Walk into the shimmering world of Crossgates Jewelers and Pearl, where every piece of fine jewelry will tell a story and represent the memories of your life. Their GIA graduate gemologist will show you their exquisite collection of engagement rings and bridal sets, answering any questions you may have when choosing the perfect diamond and setting. Their expert in-house repairs ensures your cherished items are in the best hands. Crossgate Jewelers, located at the corner of Cross Park and Highway 80 in Pearl. You are unique, and your jewelry should be too.
Dr. Ryan Anderson and his crew at Central Mississippi Animal Clinic love getting to know you and your pets. In addition to your pet's health care, they offer boarding that will be your fur baby's home away from home. Become a member of the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic family today. Download the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic app or go to centralmississippianimalclinic.com. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic, Highway 35, Carthage.
Hello, Rebel fans. It's time for kickoff. Moore's Pharmacy welcomes you to an exciting night of Friday night football. Moore's Pharmacy takes great pride in supporting Leake Academy Rebels, the perfect place to start your weekend. Okay, Rebels, let's kick it off.
Boswell Media Sports.
It is indeed time for the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff. Washington in white will kick left to right, north to south. Rebels have Gage Warren and Garrett Adcock standing at about the 10-yard line. Glad to have you with us on Cruisin' 98.3 and the Boswell Media Sports YouTube channel. We'll be giving you scoreboard updates and stats through the evening, and those are brought to you by Wilcox Funeral Home. Everybody's waiting for the officials to give their permission to start this game, and they've just done that. Phil Palmertree and Gilbert Barham, color commentator, presented by Baptist Memorial Hospital Leake, Cooper Sanders. On the call with you from Thaggard Field. Here we go. Kickoff from the right hash. Down the numbers. Adcock from the 6. Up the numbers, left side. Gets hit from each side as he crosses the 20, and he rides his momentum ahead to the 22. Leake will start there. First quarter presented by Carthage Collision Center.
Yeah, the Rebels got to get off to a hot start like we talked about just a few minutes ago. They have a chance to do it here. They have a chance to set the tone being on offense first. I think that's what Washington may not realize, giving us the ball first.
2-by-2 set, 2 receivers to each side. 5 men up at the line of scrimmage for the Generals. Snap, throw. A little bit high for the slot receiver right side, Caden Stovall. And good coverage there for 32, Ethan Bailey, incomplete.
Yeah, Bailey celebrating like those defensive backs do when they force an incompletion. It's a good coverage there by him.
Now they'll bring in a tight end and H-back into the formation. Hand it off first down, Adcock, and he won't get a thing. He is wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. Jones Robertson got there and bear hugged him. And in fact, he lost a yard back to the 21-yard line. So it's, well, let's see, the line of scrimmage officially the 23. So it's 3rd and 11 from the 22.
Got to make something happen here on 3rd and long.
Go back to that 2 wide receiver set to each side. Looking to the right. Firing at the sticks. Pass off the hands of Easton Page. Incomplete on the far sideline. And Reed Henderson was the safety, came in coverage. And it's going to be a 3-play and punt opening drive for L.A.
I mean, that pass was perfectly placed there on the sideline. Gave him a toe tap right at the sticks. Just couldn't come down with it. Maybe he heard footsteps. Not sure what it was. But not the start that Leake Academy wanted.
Junior Jack Johnston back to punt. Henderson stands at about his own 45. So the Generals expect to get good field position off this punt. Punt in the air. Wobbler hits it midfield. Turns toward the near sideline and rolls almost to the 40-yard line. They'll go out at the 42. That's where the Generals will start out. This is the 5th all-time meeting between these two schools. Washington, for the 70s and 80s and 90s, were in the high division, 3A as it was back then for a long, long time. and won some state championships back then, but this is the first time since 2020 these teams have met.
Yeah, a lot's changed since 2020 on the field, in the game of football, and just with the realignment of the conferences.
That's right. And, of course, 2020 is a special year for Rebel fans. The Rebels got their state championship that year. Shotgun set. Try Avis, the quarterback, senior. Hands off to Morgan, and he's got a big hole. Gets outside the numbers, 40. Racing up the sideline, 30. Trying to get around defenders inside the 20, and he's finally tackled at the 12. 46 yards on the rush. And right away, a big hit play in the rushing game puts the Generals into the performance therapy red zone.
I mean, he's fast. There was a big hole there created, and it was Kobe Kemp. He went off the left side of that hole trying to attack from there, and then that's when Morgan cut to the left side. So he read that well and got upfield for a big rush.
They mark it back at the 13, left hash, heading left to right. They'll put tight ends and an H-back in. Direct snap. Carry left side, close to the 10 for about 2, maybe 3 yards goes Jones Robertson. On a direct snap, he gets about, let's see where they measure it, looks like 2, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, good stop there for the Rebel defense to answer.
Joey Saki and Joshua Gray got him down. They'll split one wide receiver to the wide side of the field to the right. Again, direct snap back to Robertson, straight ahead into the line. He burrows his way inside the 10, down to about the 8. And a big pile of blue shirts stacked him up there. Gavin Gamillion, Alan Olivo leading the charge for L.A. It'll be 3rd down and about, call it 4, maybe 5.
Looks like they're going to go with that Wildcat again because they have him back there.
Yeah, quarterback is not out there. They'll hand it off this time. Getting to the outside, angling for the pylon, and getting to the end zone for a touchdown is Ethan Bailey on a 3rd down carry. And the Generals draw first blood in the semifinal game. They lead at 6-0 with the extra point coming.
Yeah, 4 run plays to start on offense, and they get the chance to set the tone, and they do.
Rohan Thackeray will attempt the extra point out of the hold of Cashin Doolittle. Doolittle's got the snap down. The kick is up, and it's good. 9:41 to go first quarter. Generals 7, Leake nothing. We'll be back with a kickoff as Leake Academy playoff football continues.
My knee rehab was 100% successful thanks to Performance Therapy. They sat down with me and created a plan to ensure I would achieve my personal rehabilitation goals, and they encouraged me to get the most out of every session. Performance Therapy provided plenty of material for me to continue my rehab in between sessions too. Hopefully I don't have to see them in the future, but if I did, I would definitely choose Performance Therapy again.
For more information, go to performancetherapyms.com. Performance Therapy, Carthage, Philadelphia, and Forest.
Moore's Pharmacy in Carthage, Sebastopol, and Walnut Grove appreciate you, their customers. We have a beautiful selection of gifts with free gift wrapping. We are one of the only pharmacies around to offer compounding and women's hormone replacement therapy. Moore's Pharmacy accepts all insurance, including Medicaid. Our 2-lane drive-thru and prescription synchronization will make your visit very convenient. Come see us. We have the shortest wait time in town and a professional staff to assist you.
Kickoff coming around the 30-yard line. Then bear hugged and slammed down at the 32-yard line. It's Will Garner. So a 4-play, 58-yard drive, as Cooper said, all of it on the ground. It's given Washington an early 7-0 lead. Each team's had the ball one time.
And 3 of those plays, they didn't even have their quarterback on the field. Just started off with a run, handoff to Morgan with Avis at quarterback, and then they went with the Wildcat 3 straight plays.
Rebels getting some personnel on the field late here, but play clock never even started. Play clock at 0. I'm not sure what the officials are about here. Maybe that's working, maybe it's not. Anyway, 1st and 10 from the 32. Handoff, Adcock scoots to the outside. He's got the first down. He's hit and then stopped as he lunges to the 45, a gain of 13. Outside the numbers. Good job, Ethan Bailey, getting him down. He was starting to find that extra gear.
Yeah, nice play there. Good blocking by the Rebels, and might be a running game tonight. Really might be some, not the powerful running, but the speed running tonight for both teams.
2 receivers to each side. Give it to Adcock, outside left. Puts his hand on one defender, then gets turned upside down on a low hit by 15, Dodie Scott. No gain on the play. He stiff-armed one defender, but then good angle from Scott to come up and chop him down.
Yeah, he hit him low. And he's coming off the field. I mean, he seemed to be in pain when he hit the ground.
So Caden Monk in as an H-back, 2 receivers to each side. Snap back to Wilcox. He's going to go straight ahead, keep it, get to midfield, still dragging defenders forward into Washington territory. Down to the 47, a gain of 9.
Yeah, nice run there.
Quarterback power. And QB1's got plenty of that, drove those legs forward. 3rd down and 1. Generals will again sneak 5 men up to the line of scrimmage. 3 wide receivers out to the left. A quick pass to right, Palokas at the 40. He gets some extra yardage, then gets stood up by 3 defenders. Back to the 37. It's a gain of 10 and a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down for Leake.
Really nicely designed play there by Wilcox, because it's 3rd and 1. He only had 1 yard to go, and he tucked it like he was trying to find a hole to run through, and he flopped it over the top of the offensive line for a complete pass. Nicely designed.
Yeah, it's a play we have not seen. 1 receiver, Warren to the left, 3 to the right. Same play, the other side, complete to Palokas. He breaks a tackle inside the 20, inside the 15, down near the 10. They go from the 37 down to the 11-yard line. They're in the performance therapy red zone and a gain of 26. Wilcox to Palokas. Rebels are on the move. 7:28 to go first quarter, and the Leake's at the line of scrimmage. Snap. Again, same play. Inside the 5. Palokas has it. Can't get into the end zone. Gets slung down at the 1, maybe the 2. It is at the 1. It'll be just a little bit short of a first down. It'll be 2nd down in inches. But they're just outside the 1-yard line, heading right to left. Trying to answer the Washington touchdown. The officials call timeout. They may want to measure. Play stops with 7:09 to go in the Carthage Collision Center first quarter. Washington 7, Leake nothing, but Leake knocking on the door. We'll take a second and remind you that Premier Medical Carthage is the wellness sponsor of Leake Academy Athletics.
Something we were talking about the other night, or me and some guys at East Mississippi, and their first round conference playoff game with Gulf Coast last week was, they really don't measure much anymore. The officials are just looking, they'll be like, yeah, it's good. And as soon as we said that, they pulled the sticks and started measuring on 4th down play. But
okay, we're ready to resume play. Leake already at the line. The Generals scrambling to get their spots. 2nd and inches from outside the 1. Keeper, right side. That's 6 for the Rebels. George Wilcox got his helmet knocked off his noggin, but went in standing anyway. And that's 6 for the Rebels and a chance to tie with an extra point.
A nice play there by Wilcox. And You know, with their helmets on, you can't see the players, talking to other players after a touchdown, but we could see it right then. He was letting them know.
You sure could see it right there. He took a big hit from the side, but he kept going forward into the end zone. Snap, hold, kick. Looks like it's off to the right, no good. Washington keeps the lead 7-6. We'll be back with the kickoff.
Philadelphia Gun and Pine, the original since 1974.
Philadelphia Gun and Pawn reminds you size matters.
Which is why they have the largest collection of firearms your eyes have ever seen.
They carry a huge selection of Liberty and Browning safes in stock, and delivery is available.
Save 25% off select used firearms while you can.
Always giving you more bang for your buck.
Visit Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, 910 Posey Avenue in Philadelphia.
Build your barn with Ozark Ag from the ground up. Expanding your poultry operation is simple and fast when you turn to the poultry pros that you'll find at Ozark Ag. They're your go-to partner for poultry barn construction. So let's check that checklist, shall we? Full service design and build, equipment installation, and service that lasts long after the barn is finished. Check, check, and check. Build strong together. Call or go by to get started. Ozark Ag, Highway 16, Carthage.
Kickoff. But whistles stop everything as the ball was caught inside the 20. Officials, I think, are going to make everybody go back and set up and do it again. 7:01 to go first quarter. Washington 7, Leake 6 in the MAIS 3A semifinals. The Rebels just went 68 yards. Found a play that worked for them. 7 plays. Thanks, Coop. Take 2 on the kickoff. Joey Saki ready to swing that right leg into it. It's a nice high end over end kick. Going to be taken at the 16. Lewis gets hit and dropped to his knees by Kobe Kemp at the 25 on an excellent open field tackle.
Yeah, Kemp did an amazing job there because he had space on that left side. And Kemp makes the big tackle to stop anything from happening there for Washington.
Line of scrimmage, the 26. Washington takes over. They marched authoritatively down the field, 58 yards and 4 plays to take the lead. They've got a 7-6 advantage right now. Again, they'll come out in that Wildcat set with number 22, Jones Robertson, back there lined up like as the quarterback. He'll keep it left side. Rebels are there to plug the hole and keep him to a short gain. Maybe nothing on that play.
Yeah, nice place there. That's what the Rebels needed. They need stops like that if they're going to be successful tonight.
No gain on the play. Talon Dillard and Joey Saki going low. So under 6.5 to play first quarter, 2nd and 10. And they get Avis, the quarterback, back in there. Hand it to the fastback Morgan. He gets to the outside and gets tackled out near the sideline by Will Garner. At about the 33-yard line, he gets 6 or so on maybe 7. Sets up 3rd and something manageable for Washington.
Third and mid is where the Rebels have struggled in big games.
Rebels sneak up. Personnel up near the line of scrimmage. Quarterback Avis coming under center now, looking back. And will drop back in the shotgun with a back on each side. Give it to Morgan up the middle. He breaks one tackle, but he gets stopped before he can hit the 35. He got only a yard. And the Rebels, with a big 3rd down stand, make it 4th and 2, and we'll see what Coach Lott wants to do. Coach Todd Lott sending his punter out. Great job, 3 plays and forcing an apparent punt attempt.
This game so far, it's been a little chippy so far. You've seen some talking and some pushing and not just blocking.
Reed Henderson, they fake the punt, run it straight up the middle, get the first down, just run almost a tush-push power kind of play, snap to one of the up men, and they will continue the drive as they drive it ahead to the 45, a pickup of 7, and the drive extends for the Generals.
Yeah, that's one of those discouraging plays, and it shifts momentum back to Washington.
Washington's got a big offensive front, no question about it. 4:50 to play, first quarter. Clock should be running. For some reason, it's not. Avis checks his protection. Takes a snap out of the shotgun, hands it to Bailey, and we've got a flag. Looks like it's going to be on Washington, pre-snap penalty. 5-yard illegal procedure penalty, make it 1st and 15. Back at the 40.
Now the Rebels have to take advantage with this being more than 10 yards on first down with 1st and 15. They have to keep them behind the sticks here.
Washington has not attempted a pass yet. Everything they've earned on the legs of their running backs. Snap back to David. Low snap, picks it up, hands it off, and not much there at all for Robertson. He gets knocked down right at the line of scrimmage, and the Rebels come out of there fired up. Joey Saki, Carter Pigg, Will Garner got in there. They'll give him a yard to the 41. That's it. It looks like Washington will had an extra lineman in there, and they'll take that extra lineman out and send in a wide receiver. So spread the field perhaps a little bit. They look into the far sideline. The play clocks are not working, so that's being kept on the field.
And that can be something that can be crucial in games like this.
And we've got a timeout. Timeout, Generals, a Lee Realty timeout. We'll be back in 60 as Leake Academy playoff football continues.
Dr. Brooke Bobo and his staff at Carthage Veterinary Clinic wish you and your animals the very best. They treat all animals, large or small, with the care you would want for a member of your family. Carthage Veterinary Clinic provide for your sick or injured animals and also offer grooming and boarding as well. Located on Highway 16, Carthage Veterinary Clinic is open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 7:30 until 5:30, and Wednesday and Saturday from 7:30 till noon.
For 87 years, we've been your biggest fans. Rest assured, while you are cheering on your favorite team this season, Central Electric's team is working around the clock to provide reliable service year-round. Whether building power lines in extreme weather conditions or restoring power on a stormy night, Central Electric employees take your electric service seriously. We will be there to keep the game on. So enjoy this football season and take comfort in our team's reliable service all year long. It's our commitment to you, serving you since 1937. This institution is an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Boswell Media Sports.
Friday night in Madden. Survive and advance, the name of the game in the 3A semifinals. Washington 7, Leake 6, 3:39 to go first quarter. 2nd and 14 coming up for the Generals from their own 41. They'll put 3 backs in the backfield. Power I set. Avis, the quarterback, under center. Fake the handoff. They're going to go one-on-one, deep ball. Pass caught inside the 20. Putting on a move, heading to the inside and heading to the end zone for the touchdown is Reed Henderson on a 50-50 ball.
Yeah, that was nice. A nice pass. Avis faked the handoff, and then a little Baker Mayfield spun the ball in his hand and threw it deep, and he hit him right on the money. Wilkerson had his back turned and taught really not to do that as a defensive back. So he's able to go right up, make the catch, make the move, get the touchdown.
59 yards on the touchdown pass. First pass attempted by the Generals. Looks like they are only out there with 10 players. And they don't have the right ball. Avis to Henderson for the touchdown. Here's the extra point from Thackeray. Snap, hold, kick. It's away, and it's good. 14-6, Washington leads Leake with 3:29 to go in the first quarter. We'll be back with a kickoff.
Dr. Ryan Anderson and his crew at Central Mississippi Animal Clinic love getting to know you and your pet. In addition to your pet's health care, they offer boarding that will be your fur baby's home away from home. Become a member of the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic family today. Download the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic app or go to centralmississippianimalclinic.com. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic, Highway 35, Carthage.
Ready for your next ride? Triple M Motors has been serving you for 54 years, offering unbeatable prices and an impressive selection to match every lifestyle. With easy financing options and top-notch service long after you drive away, your car buying experience is hassle-free from start to finish. Trust the name that's been in your corner for over 5 decades. Stop by Triple M Motors today and see why our customers keep coming back, generation after generation. Triple M Motors, Highway 35, Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
Henderson kicks it off from the right hash. Drives. Adcock back inside the 5 where he fumbles the ball, has to scoop it up, and he can't get out past the 7 before he is clipped down by Ben Boykin. So deep starting field position for Leake, trailing 14-6 with 3:23 to go in the Carthage Collision Center first quarter.
Yeah, Washington brought a crowd with them, so they have fans lined up all across the fence and fans packed in the away stands. And when they make big plays, those stands are coming alive. You can hear those cowbells over here.
From the 7, the left hash. From the shotgun, empty backfield. Wilcox from the goal line, throwing deep up the right side. And it's incomplete at midfield. There in one-on-one coverage with Easton Page was Reed Henderson. And Henderson got up and knocked it away.
And he knew he wanted to throw the ball to Easton Page there because there was safety help over the top on this left side, or to Wilcox's left side, or near side, and Gage Warren absolutely burned his defender and was about to burn that safety as well. Did not have enough time to get past, though, for Wilcox to see him.
Adcock in the game at running back on the left hip of his quarterback, takes the handoff, working through right side, gets put on his back at the 10. Ethan Bailey making the tackle, and they get about 2, maybe 3. Set up 3rd and 7.
Yeah, they created 2 holes for him there. He got through the first one and didn't have the time to make that move to find the second hole, because if he did, he was cutting upfield and he'd have been gone. But gets taken down. Good defense there by Washington to make the stop.
Rebels with a 3rd down play deep in their own territory, heading right to left. 4 wide outs, 1 left, 3 right. Empty backfield. Wilcox with time, fires. And the pass is caught by Easton Page for a first down at the 21 into the far sideline.
Yeah, nice play there. He found him on that route that he wanted him on earlier, just a little bit shorter. Only needed about 8 yards. Got him on 10 right there at the sticks on the sideline.
Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down up to the 21. 2.5 minutes to play in the quarter. Washington leads 14-6. Trips to the left, single receiver right, Adcock at running back. Adcock in the handoff, and he's going to get knocked back. Got to the line of scrimmage and then pushed back. William Lewis put a hard hit on him. Be second down. They'll give him a yard, which is pretty generous, up to the 22, 2nd and 9.
Yeah, Adcock checking out again. He's been hit hard tonight. Checking in his place is Caden Monk.
Three wide receivers left, one to the right. The quick pass right out to the 27-yard line. Going to the ground to make the catch and scoop it up before it hit the turf was Wright Palokas. And that's a gain of about 5. Set the Rebels up with 3rd and 4.
I mean, that same play, that little fake, you want to say fake draw, really a fake quarterback blast.
It's almost like a jump pass, but there's no jump.
Yeah. When you got the size and the height at quarterback as Wilcox does compared to everyone on the field right now, he don't have to jump.
3rd down and 4. The Rebels flip the formation. 3 wide receivers out to the wide, out to the right. Nearly get a defensive end offside, but does a flag comes out? Or did it? I never saw the hanky there. The hanky was out, so it's a 5-yard penalty against Washington. It'll be a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down for L.A. 1:18 to go in the first.
Big break there for the Rebels because this Washington team has played well on 3rd down and
Monk and
get
Kemp.
a free first down.
Monk and Kemp in on the right side. 2 wide receivers out that way as well. Give Adcock following blockers. Breaks a tackle, 35, and is put down at the 36. He gets about 4 on first down. Followed those blockers, Monk and Kemp, out for a nice first down gain. Rebels will come to the line at the right hash, 36-yard line. Receiver to each side. Fake. Throw. Complete to Page in Washington territory. Puts a move on the DB. Heads up. The middle of the field. Angling to the left. And he is in the end zone. That's 6 for the Rebels. 64 yards. What a bullet of a throw from QB1. And a great snatch out of the air for Easton Page for 6.
And the snatch out of the air. What about the move? I mean, he cut to the right for a split second. And he sent Henderson 10 yards the other way with that cut. And he, as the kids would say these days, I mean, he cooked him on that.
Henderson totally got cooked at about the 35-yard line.
Goodness
What
gracious.
a move in the open field by junior Easton Page, who will now attempt an extra point. Bring the Rebels within 1. Snap is down, kick is away, but their whistles offside against the Generals.
That is Stovall now kicking extra points now that he's back.
Yes, right, Stovall. Yeah, I'm sorry. I
Stovall.
said Easton Page. Thank you. Easton Page is holding. And now the Rebels with half the distance will send the offense out there. And they're going to put in that big package. 27 seconds to go in the first quarter. Caden Stovall off the field. It's going to be a keeper and wide open hole on the right side. Nobody touched QB1, George Wilcox, who goes in for the 2, and we're tied at 14 with 27 seconds to go in the quarter. We'll keep it here since we're right at the quarter break, but brother, we got ourselves a football game tonight.
Oh, yeah. I mean, big plays are looking to be the story tonight because you had the opening – or the second drive, the opening drive for Washington, the big 46-yard run to set up the play, the 59-yard touchdown pass for Washington, and then that huge 64-yard touchdown pass from Wilcox to Easton Page. I mean, it's going to be a big play night.
Leake 14, Washington 14. 93 yards on that drive. And the stats and score summaries presented by Wilcox Funeral Home. Joey Saki lines it up right between the hash marks. Henderson and Lewis are deep for Washington. Kick. Low end over end kick. Hits at the 16 into the hands of Lewis up the right hash, 25. Trying to break outside, and he gets tackled in the open field by Joshua Gray at the 28-yard line.
Looks like they're handing out cowbells on this Leake Academy stands.
There's no cowbell rule in MAIS that I'm aware of.
Which they're handing out the Arizona State cowbells, the little
cowbell light.
Oh yeah,
LITE.
The ones that Arizona State were trying to use to prepare for the cowbells that did not prepare them for the cowbells in Starkville.
1st and 10, 22 seconds to go in the Carthage Collision Center first quarter. Washington comes off the sideline to the line of scrimmage. A 14-14 game. They'll line up in that Wildcat set or pistol set. An I formation. Handoff. Morgan. Tough sledding for him. He fights his way to the 30, maybe the 31. Gets about 2, maybe 3 on the play. And this should be the final play of the opening quarter. 14-14. We'll switch ends and come back as Leake Academy playoff football continues from Boswell Media Sports.
Did you know most people overpay by up to 50% for individual health insurance? David Barham Insurance will save you that. Plus, David has the best rates on the market for Medicare supplements. The solution is not on the internet or far away. It's right here in Carthage. David Barham, a local insurance agent you can trust. Make sure you have the best coverage and price. Call David Barham, 601-941-1280 on the north side of the square in Carthage.
When memories matter most, trust Wilcox Funeral Home to honor your loved one's legacy with compassion and dignity. Our caring team walks with you every step of the way, providing comfort and support during life's most difficult moments. From personalized services to attentive planning, Wilcox Funeral Home is your partner in remembrance and healing. Celebrate a life well lived, because every story deserves to be told, cherished, and never forgotten. Wilcox Funeral Home. Our family, serving your family for 90 years now. Jordan Street, Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
Philip Povertree, Cooper Sanders, Mason Middleton running the camera. Billy Steen, our studio engineer, bringing you Leake Academy playoff football semifinals. Leake 14, Washington School 14. 2nd down and 7 from the 31 for the Generals. Out of the power I, hand off to the straight man, first man through, straight ahead. Going to the 34-yard line, a pickup of 3 for 22 Robertson. Gavin Gamillion and Kobe Kemp got on him. Riker Wells is out there at defensive end right now for L.A. They'll shuttle out Riles Wilkerson and send in Gage Warren out on the corner. So a 3rd down play, 3rd and 4. And again, they'll pack that power I. One wide receiver split out to the right. Toss sweep to the right. Ball is loose on the field. Piling on it on the 30. The Rebels say they have it. The Rebels have recovered. Will Garner hops on it. And Leake is in business at the 30 in enemy territory.
Joshua Gray did an absolute amazing job getting back there to the backfield. And once the defender got past him, that's a small mistake he made, but he poked it out from behind to force the fumble. Huge play.
Joshua Gray dislodged the ball. Will Garner got on it, and the Rebels are set up at the 30-yard line in a 14-14 game. 2nd quarter presented by Welch Forest Products.
Gage Warren was on the ground after a little pushing match with a defender, got up and told him, well, look at that.
Empty set backfield. Wilcox throwing for the end zone. Page back there. He's got it. One play, 30 yards, and Leake has stepped in front, 20-14. That's 6 for the Rebels. Rebel touchdowns presented by Weaver Tax and Accounting.
And that shows you how quickly a game can turn like that. Huge touchdown. Momentum is on the Rebels' side, and that sideline on the far side is a lot quieter than they were just a few minutes ago.
Extra point, Caden Stovall. Out of the hold of Page. The kick is high, it is long, and it's good.
And he needed that one. He needed that one after missing his first 2 this game.
Yep, needed that for the confidence. 21-14 now, 11-12 to go in the 2nd quarter. We'll keep it here, but catch our breaths. I got 2 score updates to give you. The game we're keeping our eye on the most. Do have an update on that. Tri-County leading Columbia after 14-0 down in Flora. And then on the public school side, Kosciuszko leads Itawamba AHS 7-0 after 1 quarter up in Fulton. Of course, that game on Breezy 103. And our award-winning producer-director Breck Riley's on the call for that one for the Whippets. But here we are 21-14, Rebels in front after a fumble recovery and then 1 play striking oil in the end zone. Saki's got it teed up at the 40 for the Morris Pharmacy kickoff. Kicks it over toward the 20. It'll hit there and just kind of die. One of the up men will gather it up, weave his way up to the 25, and struggle forward for a couple of more to the 27 before Saki and Kemp and Jack Johnston and Austin Swinney get him to the turf.
Yeah, it looked for a second like his knee was down when he picked it up, but I looked back and he picked it up cleanly, picked up a few yards to, at first it looked like nobody wanted to get the football. It landed right there in no man's land.
Line of scrimmage, the 27. LA has scored on each of their last 3 drives after punting on their opening drive of the game. 11-12 to go, second quarter. These teams have come to play. Avis will get back in the shotgun. Max Morgan at his left hip. Receivers bunched close to the formation. They'll run a reverse. Trying to get to the corner left side at the numbers. Henderson will pick up about 3. Gets wrapped up on the near sideline at the 30. And Gavin Chameleon had a beat on him the whole way and ran him down before he could turn up field past the 30.
Yeah, Henderson wanted a face mask call, didn't get it. So he was looking at that official, grabbing his face mask and begging for a call. The Rebels did a good job of just swarming him there.
Back in the shotgun with 2 wide outs, split to the right. Low snap, handoff Morgan, and he goes nowhere. He'll lose a couple back to the 28-yard line. Carter Pig flexing as he gets out of the pile for the Rebel D.
Now, the Rebels, they didn't start off doing this. Ever since the first drive, what they've done a good job of is swarming players to where if the ball carrier does make a nice move, wherever they go, there's a defender right there to make a tackle. So good job by closing all holes, closing all gaps, and playing good defense.
Third down and 9, a loss of 2 on the play. General's offense looks to head coach Todd Lott on the far sideline. Now they come out with 3 wide receivers. Shotgun set, H-back set to the right. Avis to throw for the second time tonight. He's under pressure, gets chased out to the left, outside the hash. And then coming up, Brennan Evans sacks him back at the original line of scrimmage, the 28-yard line.
Yeah, Evans had some words there, but we're talking about what a nice spin that was there by Avis to avoid the sack and even have a chance there. I mean, he created his team a chance and didn't take the sack. And, I mean, not much for it, but still, I guess a few more yards on the punt.
David Barham Insurance presents Rebel sacks, first one of the night. That one for Brennan Evans, his first of the year. Henderson's back at his 14 to punt it away. He'll boot it. Fair catch, Easton Page at the Rebel 43. 8:56 to go, first quarter. Rebels ahead by 7, 21-14. Set up with good field position. Second quarter presented by Welch Forest Products.
Easton Page, I mean, he's been incredible tonight. 3 catches, 104 yards.
Wow.
Wilcox up to 151 passing yards now.
4 wide outs, and Caden Monk is an H-back. Empty backfield for George Wilcox. Looks like they're going to bring pressure up the middle. Waist high snap. Time for Wilcox to cock and throw. Deep ball left side. Page, whole lot of contact inside the 5, and the flag comes out. Page and Henderson were tangled up, and Page was mighty handsy there inside the 5.
Yeah. And they tried to bring pressure up the middle, like you said, and the Rebels, I mean, they just had incredible blocking. Wilcox has all the time in the world because, I memean, they're back at the 40-yard line, and he got a pass to the 10.
Yeah, he threw it 50-plus yards. 15-yard penalty, pass interference against Washington. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down to the Generals' 42. 8:46 on the second quarter clock. One wide receiver, Warren, out to the left. 3, Palokas, Stovall, and Page out to the right. And we have a Lee Realty timeout called by Washington. We'll take it with them with the Rebels up second quarter, 21-14.
Premier Medical Group, PMG. Your good health is our priority.
The new clinic is open. Premier Medical Group in Carthage has opened their new clinic at 300 South Pearl Street, and they welcome nurse practitioners Reagan Smith and Julie Harrington to their team. Schedule your appointment with any of their providers today at 601-298-0333.
Walk into the shimmering world of Crossgates Jewelers and Pearl, where every piece of fine jewelry will tell a story and represent the memories of your life. Their GIA graduate gemologist will show you their exquisite collection of engagement rings and bridal sets, answering any questions you may have when choosing the perfect diamond and setting. Their expert in-house repairs ensures your cherished items are in the best hands. Crossgate Jewelers, located at the corner of Cross Park and Highway 80 in Pearl. You are unique, and your jewelry should be too.
Boswell Media Sports.
First and 10, Leake. The Washington 42 handoff. Adcock. He's got some daylight in the middle of the field up to the 35. That's a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3 for LA. And Lewis making the tackle.
Something I'll say, Philip, I forgot to note this earlier because I just now realized that George Wilcox now over 2,500 yards passing on the season.
2nd and 3, keeper. Wilcox gets hit behind the line of scrimmage, but able to fight up close to the first down. He needed 3, and it looks like he got 2. He'll set up 3rd and 1. He got put down roughly down there by Rogers Ewing.
I mean, his helmet came off. He's staying on the field.
Looks like the officials are going to make him come off the field for a play. Of course, the Rebels can spend a Lee Realty timeout and get him back on the field if they elect to do that, if Coach Pickens wants to do that. It's going to be 3rd and 1, though.
They brought, like they're going to
Coach Pickens coming up to the official on the near side. I think he's going to let the clock wind down, and then he wants the timeout before play clock expires, I'm guessing. Coach looking, he calls the Lee Realty timeout. So
he was looking over his shoulder. Didn't know if he was trying to hear in the earpiece or what.
The officials are keeping the play clock on the field. The scoreboard clock works fine. It's telling us it's 7:16 to play second quarter. Rebels fell behind. They were trailing 14-6 at one point, but they have scored twice since then and taken the 7-point lead.
I mean, it's been just a complete flip. I mean, it was incredible for the Rebels.
Early momentum was definitely with the Generals. They hit a big run on their first possession that got them in the red zone, and they scored in 4 plays, got ahead 7-0.
And something a lot of people won't talk about that was a big momentum shift was the offsides jump where it was a missed PAT by Stovall, and then the Rebels elected to go for it for 2 and then tie the game at 14.
3rd and 1 here. So after the timeout, George Wilcox able to return the game after losing his helmet. Caden Monk set as an H-back to the left. Empty backfield, 4 wide receivers. Keeper Wilcox to the outside. 30 toward the numbers. Dragging defenders inside the 20 down to the 15. There is a flag, however, back at the line of scrimmage. Holding against LA. So that changes the face of that series. It turns 3rd and 11 into 3rd and 1 into 3rd and 11.
And not what the Rebels wanted there. And Henderson is playing a lot more closely now on Page, but they're bringing in a safety. They're bringing in safety help over the top. So not sure if they'll do the same thing this play defensively, but they're wanting to give Henderson a little safety. And Henderson actually makes eye contact with his safety, Dodie Scott, and he points. He says, right there, right behind me.
Need you.
He's pointing. He's like, help me out, man.
And if they try to bracket Page, they can throw it out to the left. 4 wide receivers stacked out there in a formation we've not seen all year. Empty backfield. 5 wide out set. Throw, slant, complete to Page at the 35. He makes it to the 29 before getting wrestled down by Dodie Scott and Reed Henderson, but that's going to get him about 13 yards in a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down.
I mean, that's what you do when they play you closely and their safety right there. Nobody. I mean, Page just cuts up a slant. He doesn't even go up before the slant. It's like he went straight into the break, straight into the cut, and he gets a first down. An overload on that left side.
Again, the same formation. 4 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Keeper straight ahead, room to run. Wilcox, and he lowers his head. Pulls his way down to the 23, a gain of 6. Lewis making the tackle from his linebacker position.
You know, he's not necessarily a guy I would want to tackle in the open field.
They'll give him 6 officially. The 23, 2nd and 4. Now trips to the left, 1 to the right. Adcock to the left of his quarterback. Garrett will take the handoff, moving right side, inside the 20. Able to dive down to the 15 and pick up a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down on an 8-yard carry.
I mean, he got hit into that first down. I mean, he got hit hard, and that kind of carried him the momentum, picked him up a few more yards. There's not as much safety. There's no safety help on that right side with Page, but they have a new defender on him.
4 wide out set. Rebels leading 21-14. Clock ticking under 5:34 to play second quarter. From the right hash in the performance therapy red zone. Zone read, keeper for the quarterback. Short gain for Wilcox on that one, down to the 12.
Yeah, he kind of went towards the middle, and like someone missed a block there, or pulled off a block too early on William Lewis Jr., who got off right in time to make the tackle. If Wilcox had another half second, he could have had a lot more yards.
Kobe Kemp checks into the game as a tight end on the left side. And they'll put Wright Palokas on that side as an H-back. Single receiver to each side. Second down and a long 6. Handoff, Adcock, right side to the outside 10. Dodges a defender 5, diving to the pylon. Looks like he's going to be marked out inside the 1. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first and goal off a carry into the near sideline to the 1.
Yeah, he tried to stretch that one over the top, but a good tackle. I'm not even going to say good tackle there by Ethan Bailey. Bailey just made a nice hit that knocked the ball out of bounds. Couldn't get him to stretch it across, but the Rebels not very far to go here.
First and goal for LA. They'll line up with that heavy package to the left. Shifting around by the Washington defense, straight ahead, plunging into the end zone. Touchdown, 6 for the Rebels. George Wilcox. The Washington Generals are saying they ripped it out, but I believe he crossed the painted line before the ball came out. That's going to be 6 for the Rebels. Rebel touchdowns presented by Weaver Tax and Accounting. It's 27-14. Extra point coming.
It is very close, Phillip, but it does look like he stretched across to get the touchdown. Thankfully, we don't have reviews at this point.
Caden Stovall to kick the extra point. That kick is up, and he drilled it between the uprights. Rebels 28, Washington 14, 4:31 to go second quarter. We'll be back with a kickoff as Leake Academy football continues.
Life is full of surprises, but with the right insurance, you can be prepared for whatever comes your way.
At South Group Insurance, they offer tailored insurance solutions for your home, auto, business, and farm. Whether it's protecting your family or securing your future, they're always there to help.
South Group Insurance agents are local, experienced, and ready to help provide personalized service that's right for you.
South Group Insurance, just off the Court Square in Carthage.
Need to make your team stand out? In Sports has you covered. From high-quality screen printing on jerseys and fan gear to top-notch sports equipment, we bring your game to the next level. Celebrate your victories with our professional trophies and plaques, perfect for every champion. Whether you're gearing up for the season or commemorating a win, trust In Sports, where local teams shine brighter. Gear up, play hard, win big. In Sports, just off the square in Philadelphia.
Moore's Pharmacy kickoff taken by Henderson. He breaks to the outside 30, 40, 50 up the far sideline. It's a foot race, 20, 10, and he has returned it for a touchdown.
Well, he had his big play, and then he gave up 2 big plays, and he gets his big play back.
28-20.
I mean, that's all I can say to that. He got his big play back.
Just when the Rebels thought they had some breathing room, the Generals answer with a big special teams play. Covered 84 yards. Second time Henderson has scored tonight. Thackeray will kick the extra point down to our left. Snap, hold, kick, and it's good. Well, new score. Leake 28 and Washington School 21 with 4:17 to play in the Welch Forest Products second quarter. Special teams touchdown. Comes up big for the visitors.
Now, if you're the Rebels, do you want to score fast here, or do you want to try to kill a little bit of clock? I mean, I think if you score fast, you give them time to kill clock for you to score fast again.
Yeah, I think you just got to be who you are.
Yeah.
And this is an offense that is good at taking what the defense gives them. And I got to tell you folks, you probably knew this anyway, there is some coaching going on down below us with that special teams group as somebody got out of their lane, lost contain, and let Henderson get to the outside, and he has exceptional speed.
Yeah, this Henderson team has, this Washington team has a lot of speed, and that's been their strong suit is the big plays.
Tonight's broadcast powered by Central Electric Power Association. Henderson's got his breath back, and he'll kick it off. Kicks a low kick, hits inside the 25. It'll angle out of bounds at the 10, and Leake will get it. They'll move it up to the 35. Leake will start there, leading now 28-21. Washington scored touchdowns on each of their first 2 offensive drives, but since then it's been fumble and punt. The Rebels have scored on 4 consecutive drives, put it in the end zone for a Weaver Tax and Accounting touchdown.
I think I've noticed Henderson plays all 4 ways. Plays kickoff, team, kick return. He's a defensive back, and he's a wide receiver.
They'll put Monk as an H-back on the right side, trips to the left. Page split out by himself to the right. Empty backfield for Wilcox with lots of time to throw. He'll roll out to the right. Lots of green in front of him. He's on his feet 40, 45, 50. He'll angle out of bounds in Washington territory at the 47. But there's a flag. I never saw the flag. It's sideline warning against Washington. So that won't affect the play, and it's just a warning. That's going to be a gain of 18 yards and a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down for Leake back in Washington territory.
Now they have a new defender on Easton Page. Is now guarding him is Robert Wood.
2-by-2 receivers. Adcock in the backfield takes the handoff, moving around left side, sheds one defender, zigging, zagging, weaving his way to the 44 and a pickup of 3.
Yeah,
after that counter action there. And I love George Wilcox getting in there and kind of coaching his offensive lineman up. He was telling John David Thomas what he should have done on that play.
Adcock's second carry of the game was a 12 or 13-yard gain, and he's really had a lot of small gains since then.
2nd and 7 from the 44. 3.5 minutes to play before half. Rebels trying to add to a 7-point lead. Again, sweeping with it up the left hash. Adcock for a good gain. Almost gets enough for the first down. He'll be tripped up a yard short at the 38. So a gain of 6. 3rd and 1. Good blocking from Thomas on the left side of that line on that play.
Going with the empty set to expect. Possibly that little fake blast. We saw it a lot.
Trips out to the short side of the field, but it's a keeper for the first down. Wilcox takes a big hit from 22, Jones Robertson, but still surges forward to the 35 on a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down.
The real blast to work too and gives them the first down.
And this is the thing we saw in the playoffs last year, Coop. When it got in the playoffs, you started seeing George keep the ball more in critical situations and short yardage situations. Empty backfield, 4 wideouts. Wilcox looks to throw. Looking up the middle, he'll get hit, and he's going to be sacked back at the 41. In fact, they'll mark it back to the 42, which is not a very generous spot. And, in fact, the 43, which is really an awful spot. It's going to be 2nd down and long. He had the pressure come into his face.
And I was just about to say that he's 13 yards shy of matching his total rushing yards for the season, but he'll take a hit there.
Loss of 8. Set up the screen. Complete to Adcock up the field. 30 to the outside. 20. 10. Cuts to the inside. Now zigs back to the pylon, and it's 6 for the Rebels on a beautifully called screen pass. Touchdown, but however, there's a flag and some pushing and shoving going on at the 20.
And a good job there by Wilcox is, I thought for a second he was running to celebrate with his team, and he was running to pull his offensive lineman out of that because he knows as a leader you can't do that.
Now another flag has come out near the Washington bench as Coach Lott was out past the numbers. They had just been given a sideline warning. This is going to be interesting to see what the call is here. Looks like there was a flag at the 20. Touchdown is not going on the board yet. And then there's another flag back near the 30 that came out well after the play. Right at the point where the officials are gathered and the flag is down, there was some jawing and some shoving, some mazel going on there. Personal foul against Washington, personal foul against Leake, and those will negate each other. And then unsportsmanlike against Leake. They did not indicate dead ball. I don't know what they're writing down, who committed it. Let's see what they do. Does the touchdown count or not? Coach Pickens out at the hash marks, sending his team to the sideline. Now the official's going to come out and clarify. We're waiting to see if the 43-yard touchdown pass stands or not. Coach Pickens getting his 2 cents in. No, I think looks like the Rebels have a touchdown and are trying an extra point. So it is a touchdown after all this. Put 6 on the play for the Rebels. Well, what a strange sequence that was. Here's the extra point. Snap, hold, kick. It's up, and it's good. 35-21, a minute 39 to play. We're going to need to take a break and come back with kickoff in a strange sequence here in the 3A semifinals. Leake up 14.
Navigate your way to Carthage Collision Center. Easy to find, right on Highway 16 in Carthage. Our professionals offer exceptional repair services, getting you back on the road in no time. Experience unparalleled customer service coupled with cutting-edge technology. Call us 601-267-4727.
Make a turn towards peace of mind with Carthage Collision Center, where quality meets reliability.
Hunting season is here, and Leake County Co-op has everything you need to get ready. From ammunition to deer attractants, premium deer feed, and the seed to plant your perfect food plot, they've got you covered. And cattlemen, don't forget, it's almost time to plant ryegrass and winter wheat for winter grazing. Lock in the best pricing by prepaying for your ryegrass seed before October 15th. So whether you're headed to the woods or the pasture, come see us at Leake County Co-op, where neighbors help neighbors since 1936.
Boswell Media Sports.
After the assessment of a 15-yard penalty against the Generals, Joey Saki kicks it off from the Washington 45. It's taken at the 5. Henderson, right hash, gets across the 20, and the Rebels chase him down outside the hash marks right side at about the 21, 22-yard line. But Coop, you got to look at what happened thanks to the Triple M Motors video stream.
Yeah, so Gage Warren, he was, blocking William Lewis Jr., that's number 7 of Washington, and the play was over. Adcock, he was gone. He was headed towards the end zone, and Warren gave him just that extra little block, and he turned to the side to watch, and Lewis Jr., he just threw him to the ground for no reason.
1st and 10 from the 24. Washington at the right hash. Rebels went 65 yards on that drive. Got 43 on the connection from Wilcox to Adcock. Keeper out of the Wildcat for Robertson for a couple of yards to the 26, maybe the 27. They'll set it down. Let's see. The left foot spot at the 27, a gain of 3. Just 70 seconds to play before halftime. Direct snap back to Robertson, right side. He's got room, runs over a couple of Rebel defenders. He's going to pick up about 19, maybe 20 yards. He's going to be 15 yards up to the 42-yard line and get a first down for the Generals.
He's running hard. He's lowering his helmet and just using his body to create more yards.
They have one timeout they can use. Clock ticks under a minute to play. The Welch Forest Products second quarter. Handoff on a jet sweep into Rebel territory to the 49. Goes 32, Ethan Bailey. Scored a touchdown, the opening drive of the game. Rebels have an injured player right at midfield. And we'll get Will Garner's down. We'll let them take a look at Will, and then we'll come back with action with 41 seconds to play in the second. As let's see, we'll stay here. Keep it here. David Jones and head coach Brian Pickens out taking a look at him. Carthage Veterinary Clinic halftime coming up, and we'll focus on looking at playoff brackets and just trying to get you as many scores as we can. We will have in-sports trivia coming up either at halftime or in the third quarter. And it's going to have to do with the Washington Generals. But maybe not the Washington Generals you might think I'm talking about. Garner being helped sideline, leg, not putting much weight at all on that left leg, and he missed 2-3 games at the end of the regular season slate with an injury. And he's coming off slowly. It'll be 2nd down and 9 after the run by Bailey. Garner was in there to make the tackle.
They've already really been attacking the defensive front this drive, so the Rebels with some substitutions in now, they're going to have to play strong here and get a huge stop before halftime. Because
Gage Warren back there at safety for L.A. Rouse Wilkerson at cornerback. They'll run it to Morgan. He's got a lane, gets across the 45, and Brennan Evans and Kobe Kemp combined to bring him down at the 43, but that does move the chains with 35 seconds to play. Clock stops for just a moment. They'll get back in that Wildcat set with Robertson. Heavy to the right. They'll hand it. Morgan bobbles it. Ball's loose. Anybody's ball. Rebels say they have it at the 42, and they do. Morgan, that time just bobbled it. I don't think anybody punched it out of his hands. But Kobe Kemp got on it, and the Rebels have it with 27 seconds to go with their own 42.
I mean, yeah, he just dropped it. They had an opportunity there to make this a one-possession game, getting the ball back after halftime. The Rebels have a choice here that they could just go into the half, which I imagine they'll do, or they can take a shot and try to make this a 3-possession game. And in the playoffs, sometimes you either got to be aggressive at the right time or you got to be conservative at the right time.
Let's see how Corey Burns, the offensive coordinator, chooses to play it. Rebels have 2 timeouts. 4 wide out. 2 to each side. Caden Monk and H-back on the right. 4 men up the line for the Generals. They'll run 5. Throw it out over the middle for Stovall, but it was a little out in front of him at the 45. He made a lunge after it, but couldn't get it in. Incomplete. 23 seconds on the clock.
Wilcox had completed 9 straight passes before that incompletion right there, not counting penalties.
The Rebels will huddle up, at least the linemen will huddle up with Wilcox. Receivers get back out there. 2nd and 10. Wilcox backs up, sets his feet to throw over the middle, looking for Stovall. He definitely got interfered with, and you're not going to tell me there's no penalty on that play.
Whew.
It's 32. Ethan Bailey had his back to the quarterback, back to the ball, all up in the receiver, but it doesn't draw a penalty.
Interesting. Not much to say there. That's 2 straight incompletions now by Wilcox after completing 9 straight.
Third and 10 with 16 ticks left on the clock. Generals will rush 3. They'll go for the screen, but they were ready for it that time. Lewis had drifted over to cover Adcock and batted the ball away from him. And now the Rebels will have to punt with 13 seconds left. That's certainly not the outcome I think any of us had on our bingo card.
Yeah, it's not what they wanted at all.
It certainly should be 15 yards down the field. The officials just turned a blind eye to a pass interference penalty on the play prior. Here's Jack Johnston back to punt at the 28-yard line. Dangerous receiver back deep, Henderson. Kicks in, hits at the 35. It'll set up there and just sit there at the 33, and it'll be blown dead with 3 seconds to play in the half.
Yeah, Gage Warren's going to go back out there as a safety still.
Will Garner sitting on the bench right now on the sideline below us. Left with an injury on the previous defensive series. The Rebels will get some players back deep. Don't let anything get behind you here. Leading 35-21. We'll bring you the Leake Academy cheerleaders, their game day performance at halftime. We'll share some scores, talk about the first half, all that part of the Carthage Veterinary Clinic halftime.
Rebels just had to be smart here. Don't let them get behind you and don't interfere.
Getting up under center. Avis on play action. Going to throw it deep, but it goes into no man's land, into the far sideline. Slipped out of his hand, incomplete. We played 24 minutes of football, and it sure has been interesting. Leake 35, Washington 21 in the MAIS semifinal ball game in 3A. We'll take a break and come back with more Leake Academy football right after you hear from our sponsors here on Boswell Media Sports.
If spending days looking for top dollar for your timber has left you feeling like you're barking up the wrong tree, then I would listen closely. Welch Forest Products in Union does it better than anyone, and with the least possible damage to your property. Whether it's management, forestry care, pine plantation, thinning, or site prep, the last number you'll dial is 601-774-8200. They buy land with or without timber too. Call Bo Welch now at Welch Forest Products today. 601-774-8200.
Roll into Junction Deli, where nourishment meets journey. On the menu, delectable breakfast, lunch, and supper. Whether you're in Philadelphia, Newton, Union, Carthage, Louisville, Oxford, or Scuba, we're the local pit stop that blends the allure of delicious food with the convenience of a fuel station. Remember, when your stomach grumbles or your tank hovers on empty, we're just around the corner. Download the Junction app for ordering convenience and look for the new car wash in Louisville next to Walmart.
Build your barn with Ozark Ag from the ground up. Expanding your poultry operation is simple and fast when you turn to the poultry pros that you'll find at Ozark Ag. They're your go-to partner for poultry barn construction. So let's check that checklist, shall we? Full service design and build? Check. Equipment installation? Check, check. And service that lasts long after the barn is finished? Check, check, check. And by the way, this just in? Check. Build strong together. Call or go by to get started. Ozark Ag, Highway 16, Carthage.
My knee rehab was 100% successful thanks to Performance Therapy. They sat down with me and created a plan to ensure I would achieve my personal rehabilitation goals, and they encouraged me to get the most out of every session. Performance Therapy provided plenty of material for me to continue my rehab in between sessions too. Hopefully I don't have to see them in the future, but if I did, I would definitely choose Performance Therapy again.
For more information, go to performancetherapyms.com. Performance Therapy, Carthage, Philadelphia, and Forest.
Did you know most people overpay by up to 50% for individual health insurance? David Barham Insurance will save you that. Plus, David has the best rates on the market for Medicare supplement. The solution is not on the internet or far away. It's right here in Carthage. David Barham, a local insurance agent you can trust. Make sure you have the best coverage and price. Call David Barham, 601-941-1280 on the north side of the square in Carthage.
Walk into the shimmering world of Cross Gates Jewelers and Pearl, where every piece of fine jewelry will tell a story and represent the memories of your life. Their GIA graduate gemologist will show you their exquisite collection of engagement rings and bridal sets, answering any questions you may have when choosing the perfect diamond and setting. Their expert in-house repairs ensures your cherished items are in the best hands. Crossgate Jewelers, located at the corner of Cross Park and Highway 80 in Pearl. You are unique, and your jewelry should be too.
Guess what, people?
When memories matter most, trust Wilcox Funeral Home to honor your loved one's legacy with compassion and dignity. Our caring team walks with you every step of the way, providing comfort and support during life's most difficult moments. From personalized services to attentive planning, Wilcox Funeral Home is your partner in remembrance and healing. Celebrate a life well lived, because every story deserves to be told, cherished, and never forgotten. Wilcox Funeral Home, our family, serving your family for 90 years now. Jordan Street, Carthage.
Quality care close to home. When it comes to healthcare, nothing beats the comfort of quality care right in your community. At Baptist Memorial League, we understand your family's health is a top priority. That's why we now offer care at 3 locations. Visit us at Baptist Primary Care Carthage, Baptist Family Medicine Sebastopol, or Baptist Primary Care Walnut Grove. Our dedicated providers are here to ensure you and your loved ones receive the care you deserve. Whether you need to schedule an appointment or prefer the flexibility of a walk-in, we are ready to assist you. Baptist Leake, making your health care our #1 priority.
Philadelphia Gun and Pine, the original since 1974.
Philadelphia Gun and Pawn reminds you, size matters.
Which is why they have the largest collection of firearms your eyes have ever seen.
They carry a huge selection of Liberty and Browning safes in stock, and delivery is available.
Save 25% off select used firearms while you can.
Always giving you more bang for your buck.
Visit Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, 910 Posey Avenue in Philadelphia.
The original Philadelphia Gun and Pine.
Dr. Brooke Bobo and his staff at Carthage Veterinary Clinic wish you and your animals the very best. They treat all animals, large or small, with the care you would want for a member of your family. Carthage Veterinary Clinic provide for your sick or injured animals and also offer grooming and boarding as well. Located on Highway 16, Carthage Veterinary Clinic is open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 7:30 until 5:30, and Wednesday and Saturday from 7:30 till noon.
Boswell Media Sports.
Welcome to the Carthage Veterinary Clinic halftime from Thaggard Field. Leake 35, Washington 21. The Washington School Marching Band entertain the home crowd, and now the General Gems are out there doing their routine. You have not missed the Leake Academy cheerleaders. Here are a couple of scores just have come while I was here talking. From the 4A, one of the 4A semifinals, Hartfield 21, Jackson Prep nothing at half, which is a surprise. That game played over, of course, the game would be played in Flowood regardless who was hosting, but it's at Hartfield. Hawks lead the Patriots 21-zip at the half. In the semifinal that we're interested in, Tri-County leads Columbia 20-7 at halftime. Oh, sorry. Let's turn our and we'll mention again. Let's introduce Coop again. Baptist Memorial Hospital Leake sponsors the Gilbert Barham Color Commentators Chair. Here's Cooper Sanders.
Yeah, that game going to play on the same road too.
Yeah, that's
There's
right.
not much difference. Lakeland Drive. That's Lakeland Drive, isn't it?
It is Lakeland Drive.
Make sure I was getting my geography right with the right town.
Mississippi 25. The Washington School cheerleaders are on the field now, and you will get to catch the Leake Academy cheerleaders routine. We'll stop and turn the mics toward the field and show you that. But the Rebels lead it by 14. They trailed at one point 14-6, but have gone on a 29-7 run since the, let me look at my score sheet, since the 3.5-minute mark of the first quarter. And take a 14-point lead into the locker room in a game that has had a lot of fireworks, both in terms of points and also Well, we'll say some sparks as well as some fireworks. It's been a little bit, it has been a little bit chippy, and some personal fouls have been called, and then sportsmanlike conduct, a couple of those have been flagged in the second quarter. So I know both coaches will want their team to play in control, but it has been a really hotly contested game, just what you'd expect in playoff time, Coop.
Oh, yeah. I mean, these guys, I mean, the emotions are high. I mean, you're playing, this is either your last game of the season or, I mean, you're getting ready for the possibility of playing for a state championship. Emotions are going to be high. You're going to be ready to go out there and fight both, you know, metaphorically and in this game, you know, a little too much literally.
Yeah, Leake has won their first-round playoff game in each of the last 9 years, and that includes years like this where there's a bye week in between. But Leake has won their first playoff game of the season for 9 straight seasons, trying to make it 10. And, of course, this appearance in 2025 makes 20 consecutive years the Rebels have made the playoffs. And now we'll turn the mics toward the field and let you enjoy the Leake Academy game day cheerleading routine. Leake Academy varsity cheerleaders put on another fine performance. 35-21, the Rebels lead Washington in the MAIS 3A semifinals. The winner takes on the Tri-County and Columbia winner. Tri-County leading that semifinal down in Florida 20-7 at the break. We'll step aside and let you hear from our great sponsors again and come back with more of the Carthage Veterinary Clinic halftime as Leake Academy playoff football continues.
When it comes to finding the perfect home, experience matters. Lee Realty is connecting buyers with quality new construction homes tailored to their needs. Hey, it's Stacey O'Neill with Lee Realty. Whether you're starting fresh or upgrading, our team will guide you every step of the way, making the process simple, smooth, and stress-free. Ready to get started? Give us a call today.
We don't want everyone's business, just yours. Lee Realty, 206 West Pickett Street, Philadelphia, 601-562-7123.
West Side Body Shop says, let's face it, stuff happens. And when it does, they can take care of damage as small as a chip in your windshield all the way up to full collision services. Insurance claims are always welcome too. Just be sure your first stop is West Side Body Shop in Philadelphia. They also specialize in truck accessories, including toolboxes, visors, Nerf bars, and winches. They make your ride look cool. West Side Body Shop, just off Beacon Street on Waterview Lane, right behind the Huddle House in Philadelphia.
Roll into Junction Deli, where nourishment meets journey. On the menu, delectable breakfast, lunch, and supper. Whether you're in Philadelphia, Newton, Union, Carthage, Louisville, Oxford, or Scuba, we're the local pit stop that blends the allure of delicious food with the convenience of a fuel station. Remember, when your stomach grumbles or your tank covers on empty, we're just around the corner. Download the Junction app for ordering convenience and look for the new car wash in Louisville next to Walmart.
Hunting season is here, and Leake County Co-op has everything you need to get ready. From ammunition to deer attractants, premium deer feed, and the seed to plant your perfect food plot, they've got you covered. And cattlemen, don't forget, it's almost time to plant ryegrass and winter wheat for winter grazing. Lock in the best pricing by prepaying for your ryegrass seed before October 15th. So whether you're headed to the woods or the pasture, come see us at Leake County Co-op, where neighbors help neighbors since 1936.
Thanks to Rosebud General Store, I can get all I need to work the farm right here at home.
Because they go hand in hand with what you use. Spreaders, hay bale rings, cattle catch pins, head gates, and fencing supplies. And let's not forget a great clothing department with boots and shoes to clothe the whole family.
Plus feed and medicine for all our animals, and even a deli to feed us farmers at lunch. That's my faithful friends at Rosebud General Store, Highway 487 East in Rosebud.
When dealing with something as complex as taxes and payroll can be, you can turn to Weaver Tax and Accounting to make things easier. Their professional staff works diligently to make sure your business and personal returns are complete and finished in a timely manner. Weaver Tax and Accounting will also execute your bookkeeping and payroll, bringing you the best in tax services since 1979. Weaver Tax and Accounting, 20 South Street, Sebastopol, and 109 Chadwick Avenue in Walnut Grove.
Quality care close to home. When it comes to health care, nothing beats the comfort of quality care right in your community. At Baptist Memorial League, we understand your family's health is a top priority. That's why we now offer care at 3 locations. Visit us at Baptist Primary Care Carthage, Baptist Family Medicine Sebastopol, or Baptist Primary Care Walnut Grove. Our dedicated providers are here to ensure you and your loved ones receive the care you deserve. Whether you need to schedule an appointment or prefer the flexibility of a walk-in, we are ready to assist you. Baptist Leake, making your health care our #1 priority.
Woodstock Furniture in Philadelphia says, let's go Rebels. Woodstock Furniture has a game plan to score big-time savings for our Rebel faithful all season long. Family-owned and operated, Woodstock Furniture at 70 Canal Place in Philadelphia behind McAllister's has a winning tradition with their low price guarantee on furniture for every room in the house. Plus, if you buy it today, you get it today. Woodstock Furniture at 70 Canal Place in Philadelphia loves the Rebels like the Rebels love to win.
Boswell Media Sports.
Philip Palmertree, Cooper Sanders, and Mason Middleton in the press box at Thaggard Field. Rebels 35, Washington School 21. So Leake hosts the 3A semifinals, trying to get to next Thursday night's championship game against the Columbia Tri-County winner. The Tri-County Rebels lead Columbia 20-7 at the half down in Flora. Hey, we've got a big announcement about Leake Academy basketball. Boswell Media Sports is, of course, your home for radio and live stream coverage of girls and boys basketball. And as we do every year, we're going to provide a coverage of 12 regular season ball games. We're going to put the emphasis on games at the Joe F. Shepard Gym, since most schools where the Rebels travel have a live stream that can be accessed. And we're going to try to get you as many Rebel home games as we can, and, of course, full coverage of postseason basketball when February comes. First broadcast is December 2nd from the Joe F. Shepard Gym. Leake Academy basketball coming to you on Boswell Media Sports and Cruising 98.3. After we get Thanksgiving behind us, it'll be a lot of December, January, and February basketball. Leake's already off to a good start, and both boys and girls. Of course, boys still waiting for some of these football players to get in and join Coach Jason Morgan's squad. But Leake Academy basketball coming your way. Let's suppose for just a second, shifting gears here, if the Rebels hold on to this 14-point lead and win the ball game tonight, we'll have a broadcast next Thursday night from the Brickyard at Jackson Academy for a 7 o'clock kickoff, the 3A championship game. As you may know if you've paid attention in years past, like last year when we made it to the championship game, that will be an audio-only broadcast. MAIS does not allow us to provide video live stream of that. They have an exclusive contract with Raider Network for that. But we will broadcast it on Cruiser 98.3, and the audio, high-quality audio content broadcast will be available on the Boswell Media Sports YouTube channel. So if you're outside the signal of Cruiser 98.3, it's not going to be a problem. You can still hopefully listen, dance with the ones who brought you, and if you're driving, especially just tune us in. That'll be your best way to make sure you follow the Rebels if they win tonight and play either Columbia or Tri-County.
Or hear me out. 2 phones, Raider broadcast with a video stream. Link it with the audio.
That's right. Sync it up. That's the pro tip. Sync up our audio broadcast with their excellent video broadcast, and you've got the best of both worlds as far as options for the championship game if the Rebels can hold on through 2 more quarters here. Let's talk about this first half, and we mentioned Washington had a 14-6 lead with 3.5 minutes to go. They got a big 59-yard touchdown pass. First pass they attempted on the night from Avis to Henderson and led it 14-6. Rebels were a little bit back on their heels, but they did a great job responding with a 93-yard touchdown drive. Got a touchdown in the final minute of the first quarter, 64 yards on a bullet of a pass from George Wilcox to Easton Page, and he made some kind of sick open field move on the DB back about the 35-yard line. Rebels got even with a 2-point conversion run from Wilcox, and then Leake's been more in control in the second quarter.
Yeah, they've controlled the ball well, and one of the ways they've done that is they've gotten to 3rd and short situations, and George Wilcox has ran the ball well. He took a sack, which lost him some yards, but at one point, he was on track to go ahead and tie his season total in rushing yards, which before this game was 53. He's got 33 tonight. At one point, he had 41. So he's done a good job on the run tonight.
He has 2 touchdown carries tonight from inside the 5, and also that 2-point run that tied the game late in the third quarter, and he's connected twice with Easton Page, once for 64 yards and another time for 30 yards, and then once with Garrett Adcock with 1:39 to go in the half on a screen pass that was so beautifully designed immediately after that sack. Yeah. And you could see on that play the front for Washington were pinning back their ears. They were going to try to go after him one more time and just set up beautifully for that screen, and Garrett did a great job working his way to the outside and getting into the left corner of the end zone for that touchdown that has made it 35-21. The Rebel D has been good, created 2 turnovers in the first half, one that set up a short field for a score.
Yeah, every touchdown tonight has had every touchdown for the Rebels tonight has had George Wilcox's name on it. So that's good when your quarterback's leading in that way. And then also he's leading, we've had those few scruffles tonight, but Wilcox, he's ran to them and pulled his guys out of them. He's one of those guys that knows, hey, you don't want to catch a suspension this week because there's only one game you can get suspended for. He's trying to keep his guys, out of trouble, keep his guys composed in a situation that can be of high emotion.
Yeah, that's what you expect out of senior leaders and a young man with an outstanding football IQ like George Wilcox. We're ready to start the third quarter. The third quarter is presented by Westside Body Shop. And the Rebels kick off to start the third quarter. We'll kick it off left to right, north to south. The Rebels in Navy jerseys and gray football pants. Washington in Navy helmets with the school logo on the side. White jerseys, Navy numbers, and yellow pants. Joey Saki, Sky kicks it, hits at the 25. Taken by Henderson inside the 25. Tries to turn away from the pressure at the 30 and then gets tripped up before he can change direction. So the 31-yard line is going to be the starting point for Washington on their opening drive.
It was big plays offensively that really got Washington going, got in their 2 touchdowns. It was a big play that set up the first touchdown and a big play that was the second touchdown. They're going to have to make big plays in this second half. We'll have to see what what their approach is in the second half.
They'll come off the sideline. They've given a lot of different offensive personnel package looks to the Rebel D tonight. Looks like they'll open with another set. Looks like that set with the Wildcat. It'll be Henderson trying to get to the outside left side. Flag is down, and he's swamped in the backfield for a big loss back to the 25, 26-yard line. It's going to be a hold against the Generals.
Yeah, nice draw of the penalty there for the Rebels. Not what Washington wanted to start the second half.
Well, the Rebels will refuse the penalty, take the loss on first down. They got a generous spot on it. Officials set the ball down at the 27, but it'll still be second and about 14. Really the 28-yard line. We'll call it second and 13. Two wide receivers and an H-back to the left. Two receivers out to the right. They'll bring a slot man in motion. Keeper up the middle into the open field. Henderson, he gets to the outside, gets a block. He is at the 50, the 40. Gage Warren runs him down from behind inside the 30.
That's what they wanted.
And question is there a penalty back there? The officials are talking. A crowd arguing for an illegal block, but they're not going to get any help from the officials there. The ball set down at the 25-yard line. They got about 56 yards on that run by Henderson. Boy, when he's in the open field, he is catching up to him is hard to do. Yeah, 2-by-2 set. Robertson back to receive the snap in the shotgun. H-back on the right. First and 10 from the LA 25. Keeper into the second level goes Robertson, nearly gets 10. He gets about 9. They mark him at the 16.
He's got 89 yards now this game. And what Washington has succeeded in is in the open field run. After the Rebels kind of allowed a few open run plays, they've started to close the run and had guys swarming. Have done a good job of that to start the second half.
Tanner Walsworth comes in and replaces Joey Saki on the LA defensive front. Here's Robertson keeping. The Rebels gang up on him here. He does get the first down, and then the O-line for Washington pushes him forward. But they're going to mark the play dead at about the 13-yard line, but it still will be enough for a first down. They're in the performance therapy red zone on their opening possession third quarter.
This is where the Rebels have to continue to do what they've been doing earlier this game. They got to get back in the swing of things.
Bring Henderson back in. He'll take the snap, keep it left side, but Gavin Gamillion stops him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of a yard, maybe 2. Rebels got more blue shirts to the point of attack than there were men to block for Henderson that time. Loss of 2, second and 12, and then we'll bring in some more muscle out there, get their speed personnel off the field. They'll put Robertson back out there. They've run a ton of plays from Wildcat set. Now they'll run kind of a power shotgun formation. Morgan over to the right of Robertson as a running back. They'll hand it to Morgan. He bobbles the ball as he did earlier again, and the Rebels take him down. Going low at his knees to take him out was Kobe Kemp.
He nearly fumbled for the third time this game. Wow.
No gain. In fact, they lost a yard on that one. They mark it back to the 16. Third and 13 from the 16-yard line. Again, they'll shuttle a lot of personnel out. They'll bring Ethan Bailey in as a running back. They'll bring the quarterback, Tri Avis, in and put 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side, out in the formation. Third and 13. Big play for the Rebel defense. And people took off early ahead of the snap. They'll march it back 5 yards.
Yeah, that start was very false there for the Washington Generals.
Most everybody moved except the center. 9:01 on the first quarter clock. Washington took the opening kickoff from their 31 and got a big 55-yard rushing play to get into Rebel territory, and the Rebels are trying to stop them now, 3rd and 18 from the 21. Avis in the shotgun. Rebels will drop back in coverage, throw over the middle, pass bobbled, caught inside the 5, pushing down toward the 1 is the tight end, Rogers Ewing. That ball nearly got away from him, but he somehow was able to get it in the middle of the field and nearly take it into the end zone.
Yeah, he threw it behind his receiver, and then just a really good adjustment there by Robertson and made the adjustment, Ewing.
Then from the 1, straight up the middle. Looks like Robertson going in for the touchdown. And that is 35-27 the score now, with the extra point ahead.
Yeah, Ewing had to adjust there to make the catch, and then he bobbled it a little bit, nearly taken away by a Leake Academy defender. But just a save there, they get the touchdown.
Thackeray's kick is up, and it's good. 35-28, our new score with 8:33 to go in the third. We'll be back with a Moore's Pharmacy kickoff.
Woodstock Furniture in Philadelphia says, let's go Rebels. Woodstock Furniture has a game plan to score big-time savings for our Rebel faithful all season long. Family-owned and operated, Woodstock Furniture at 70 Canal Place in Philadelphia behind McAllister's has a winning tradition with their low price guarantee on furniture for every room in the house. Plus, if you buy it today, you get it today. Woodstock Furniture at 70 Canal Place in Philadelphia loves the Rebels like the Rebels love to win.
Sunrise over Neshoba County signals another hard-working day, and locals know just where to get the job done right. Neshoba County Co-op serves our community, supporting farmers, gardeners, and home growers with trusted supplies and friendly advice. From feed and seed to hardware and clothing, every aisle is filled with the essentials you use to make your living. Rooted in Mississippi traditions, the Neshoba County Co-op is proud to help your work flourish every season, every reason. Neshoba County Co-op, Philadelphia.
Boswell Media Sports.
Reed Henderson has it teed up at the 40. Kicks it off the right hash, low kick. John David Gill knocks it down at the 22. Coming up the numbers on the right side. Dodges one tackler and carries up to the 37. And he's put down on the grass. Leake starts at the 37 with 8:20 to play in the third quarter, leading 35-28. And that was a big drive for the Generals to get a score on their first possession.
Yeah, the Rebels need to answer. They need to control the momentum, because if they don't play well on this drive, the momentum is going to be right on the edge of being in the hands of the Generals.
2 wide receivers left, 1 right. Tight end set to the left. Hand off Adcock, and the defense penetrates, gets in the backfield in a hurry. Adcock tackled for a big loss, about 5 yards.
When you need momentum, that's the way to get it.
Wilson Byers, senior D lineman, coming up to make the tackle. 2nd and 15. Same set from the right hash. Wilcox looking to throw. He's got time. Put it up deep. Left side. And it's intercepted at the 26-yard line. He was trying to find Gage Warren up the far sideline, and good position from the DB. And the pick, first Leake turnover of the night. Robert Word gets it, and it's Washington's ball again.
I think if you made a list of things that the Rebels wanted to do on that drive, that would have been dead last. Just not what they wanted. And now momentum is very much so in the hands of the Generals, and the Rebel defense has to step up and grab that momentum right back.
Warren back at safety. Garrett Adcock also playing as a DB.
Warren playing well on defense tonight, does not have a catch on offense. Not even sure if he has, but maybe one target.
Washington up at the line of scrimmage with Avis in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers. Bailey is running back to his right. They're having trouble getting their personnel in. They'll take a Lee Realty timeout that we'll take with them with 7:39 to go third quarter. Leake ahead 35-28.
West Side Body Shop says, let's face it, stuff happens. And when it does, they can take care of damage as small as a chip in your windshield all the way up to full collision services. Insurance claims are always welcome too. Just be sure your first stop is West Side Body Shop in Philadelphia. They also specialize in truck accessories, including toolboxes, visors, Nerf bars, and winches. They make your ride look cool. West Side Body Shop, just off Beacon Street on Waterview Lane, right behind the Huddle House in Philadelphia.
Moore's Pharmacy in Carthage, Sebastopol, and Walnut Grove appreciate you, their customers. We have a beautiful selection of gifts with free gift wrapping. We are one of the only pharmacies around to offer compounding and women's hormone replacement therapy. Moore's Pharmacy accepts all insurance, including Medicaid. Our 2-lane drive-thru and prescription synchronization will make your visit very convenient. Come see us. We have the shortest wait time in town and a professional staff to assist you. Moore's Pharmacy, Highway 16, Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
First and 10, Trey Avis, chase from the pocket, rolling out to his right, will get what he can with his legs, and he'll get close to the line for a first down. The Rebels bump him into the far sideline, and Washington hollering for a flag out there, but quarterback never really gave himself up. And now a flag comes out well after the play ended. Well, that's probably a flag about something that was said rather than something that was done.
Yeah, I mean, those guys, the defensive, not the defensive backs, but the front of Washington, I mean, they came and tried to close in on the Leake Academy guys as they were coming off the sideline. It's like they were trying to close in on them and start something. I mean,
the officials are talking at the 35-yard line, far side along the numbers. Still in a discussion. 7.5 minutes to play third quarter. Third quarter presented by Westside Body Shop. Here's the call. Play picked up a first down, we think. But they're still talking about whatever elicited the penalty. Leake 35, Washington 28 in the MAIS 3A semifinals, third quarter. Now all the officials except for one are having a discussion. And the Whitecaps, dead ball, personal foul against Leake. Dead ball, personal foul against Washington. The penalty's offset. And it's, well, he motioned first down, but it's actually second down. He stepped out at the 34. Picked up about 8 yards, looks like, on the play. Coach Todd Lott getting an explanation. That is a strange call to make the way that play unfolded, but that is what they have indicated. So it's second down and about 2.
Interesting.
Play clock being kept on the field. Game clock working properly at the scoreboard. Generals down 7. Leake trying to keep the lead straight ahead, pulling ahead for a big gain to the 44 and a first down. 10-yard gain for Robertson on a direct snap.
They got the momentum. He's got 99 yards rushing, Robertson does tonight.
And now Coach Brian Pickens will take a Lee Realty timeout. We'll keep it here, 7:23 to go in the quarter. We'll remind you that Premier Medical Carthage is the wellness sponsor of Leake Academy Athletics. Their clinic opens 7:30 to 4:30 Monday through Friday.
A lot of emotion in this game. I mean, Coach Pickens trying to calm his team down right now. I mean, man, this is a big moment.
You feel like this could be a pivot point in this ball game. This possession, the Leake offense can get the ball back. You can get back on track, get back on schedule. But if you're Washington, you feel like this is your opportunity to move it down the field again and perhaps tie the game. Dillard, Monk, Walsworth, and Saki, and also 62 Dillard on the defensive front. Rebels playing a 5-man front now. Looks like do the Rebels have 12 out there? No, I guess they don't. Keeper around the end, Robertson at the 50. Gets hit, tumbles forward, and then there's a flag from way on the opposite side of the field at the 35 back in the secondary, because it looked like Evan Harden of Washington and Joshua Gray were in an altercation far away from the play.
Trying to look back if I see anything on that.
It was 40 yards away from the action. Okay, illegal block against the Generals.
Whew. Yeah, that altercation was out of the camera frame. And
the officials are going to come talk about where to mark it up. That's another strange call. It's basically, it looked like Harden came and just knocked Gray down, kind of blindsided him from the back. What I thought I saw out of the corner of my eye, but I'll qualify that. The ball will be walked back from the line of scrimmage back to the 34. That's a big break for L.A.
Trying to see what's going on that far side. Coach Pickens hollered to someone in the stands, and now a fan running over to the other side.
1st and 19 from the 34. Keeper left side, Robertson. Stiff arms a defender, and then Joshua Gray stands him up. Carter Pigg and Kobe Kent stand him up and stop him at about the 30. Loss on the play. And I tell you, Coach Lott lives on the field, and now a flag comes from the far sideline near Coach Lott. I have no idea what's going on now with these flags coming out.
It's laundry day here at Thaggard Field.
A flag throwing festival has broken out in this second half. 6:49 to play in the Westside Body Shop third quarter, and again the officials gather. Talk about it. Looks like it's going against Washington. The sideline warning against the Generals. That's the second time, so that should be walked back, and it will be.
It's not a warning anymore. They already warned you.
That's right. Sideline violation. So somehow the ball gets walked back to the 26. Somehow the penalty was 4 yards. I'm not sure why, but that's what it is. The line to gain for the first down is the Rebels 46. So from the 26, that's 24. It's 1st and 28. They'll bring Jacobs into the ball game as a running back. Bring the quarterback Avis in. Run Dodie Scott off the field, it looks like. No, they'll set him out wide to the right. Avis will put it up in the air, has protection. Throws it hard as he can up the field. Gage Warren intercepts it for L.A. at the 40. Coming to the near side, spun out of bounds at the 45. And the Rebels have grabbed some momentum off an interception on a long pass. Junior Gage Warren.
Gage Warren gets his first catch of the night, and he gets it on defense, and he makes a huge play to get the Rebels the ball back. Still, good job by the Rebel coaches. There was a lot of talking, and they did a good job of pushing their guys back to the sideline.
So the Rebels get their third turnover, set up at the 44-yard line in their own territory. With 6:10 to play in the third quarter, leading 35-28.
Yeah, the fan must have been a school employee that Coach Pickens called over and said something to, looks like went and talked to security over there in that corner.
From the shotgun set, 4 wide receivers. Hand off, Adcock up the middle to the 45, the 40 still on his feet to the outside 30, 25, 20. He's going the distance, he's going for speed. Touchdown, Rebels.
Wow. Momentum flips like that, Phillip, and it's been that way all night. When the momentum changes, it changes in a big way for the Rebels, and they take a 2-possession lead when 30 seconds of game time ago, it looks like it was about to be tough for the Rebels.
64 yards on the run. We've got timeout called for an injured Washington defender around the 35, 40-yard line, so we'll hold it right here. Waiting for the extra point. He's up on his feet now and walking gingerly back to the sideline. 64 yards on the touchdown run for Garrett Adcock. Rebel touchdowns presented by Weaver Tax and Accounting. It's 41-28. Extra point coming when we resume play.
108 yards rushing now on the game for Garrett Adcock. Brings him over 900 on the season. He's at 928 this season. So looking.
Let me correct myself. 56 yards on the carry.
Well, he's at 100 yards then.
There it is. My mistake. 56 yards. Here's the extra point. Snap from Walsworth. Page holds. Stovall kicks. And it's good. Rebels 42. Washington 28 will return with a kickoff. As Leake Academy playoff football continues.
Dr. Ryan Anderson and his crew at Central Mississippi Animal Clinic love getting to know you and your pets. In addition to your pet's health care, they offer boarding that will be your fur baby's home away from home. Become a member of the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic family today. Download the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic app or go to centralmississippianimalclinic.com. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic, Highway 35, Carthage.
Baptist League Rural Health Clinics have a variety of healthcare options with primary care, pediatrics, and women's health. Providing care at 3 locations in Carthage, Walnut Grove, and Madden. Call 601-267-1470 today to schedule your appointment. Extended hours and Saturdays are available at our primary care clinic located in Carthage. Baptist League, making your health care our #1 priority.
Boswell Media Sports.
Well, if this game were a pot on the stove, it would be boiling right now. You better watch it. It may boil over. 42-28, 5:59 to play third quarter. Joey Saki comes forward. Pooch kick it. Hits at the 25. Henderson gathers it in there. Comes up the right hash. Zigging, zagging, then grabbed by Rebels, pushed up to the 40-yard line. Washington will have 1st and 10. They are trailing Leake 42-28. The Rebels got an Gage Warren interception and then a one-play drive, 56 yards on the ground. Garrett Adcock scores his 16th rushing touchdown of the year.
A good job there by Caden Monk. You know, he kind of got thrown on the ground on one of those dirty plays away from the ball, and he had no reaction. I mean, he just walked back on defense. Good job to stay composed in an emotional moment.
Two wide outs for Washington out to the left side. That's the wide side of the field. One to the near side, one to the far side. Snap, keeper, Henderson, left side. Gets it into the Leake territory to the 45, the 40, and gets chucked out of bounds. Gain of 20 on the carry and a first down.
Yeah, nice run there by Henderson to get yards that his team needed. Trying to get the momentum back for the Generals. And as much as the momentum is really what's been back and forth tonight.
In fact, he'll get 2 more, so 22 on the carry to the Rebel 38. Rebels playing 2 safeties deep. That's Johnston and Warren. Evans and Gray, the corners. Direct snap. Henderson trying to find something in the middle, and he won't find a thing as Olivo and Saki bury him back at the 40 for a loss of a couple.
Had 6 different rushers tonight.
They'll stay in that Wildcat set with Henderson back there. That running back has not attempted a pass yet out of these sets. 4 wide outs. H-back set to the right. Clap. Sweep right side Henderson. Rebels are going to get there and keep him to a gain of 2. Back to the original line of scrimmage to 38. 3rd and 10 coming up for Washington. Carter Pigg made the tackle.
And you say that a running back hasn't attempted a pass, but, I mean, essentially, I guess Avis is just another Wildcat guy at this point because they've had so many guys behind the center and in the shotgun tonight.
There on 3rd, and, well, it'll be counted as 9 from the 37. They'll keep that Wildcat set. 4 wide receivers. Snap fumbled, and Lewis, who was coming across in motion from the slot right side, fell on it back at the 41. And the Rebels get the ball back because looks like the punt team's coming off the far sideline as we tick down toward 4 minutes to play in the 3rd.
Yeah, Henderson's going to head back there to punt. Henderson a do-it-all guy for the Generals. I mean, he's been in the shotgun and then the Wildcat, I'll say, He's been in the running back position in the backfield. He's made a catch, a receiver, a touchdown catch. Been a defensive back, the punter, kick returner.
Washington faked a punt in the first half that extended a drive that ended in a touchdown. The Rebels will not have anybody back deep. Henderson will punt it, but it's a shanked punt off the side of his foot. It'll hit at the 25 and get over near the 20. And Washington will down it there. Leake takes over with 3:20 to play. The clock still running for some reason, and it shouldn't be. Now they finally stop it. Well, we lost about 5-6 seconds there, but it'll be Rebels ball at the 21, leading 42-28.
And, the shanked punt hurts you, but it doesn't necessarily hurt you as much as it would. I mean, the Rebels had nobody back. A normal punt would have rolled in the back of the end zone and meant a touchback anyway.
28-7, end of 3rd. 3:15 to play, 3rd quarter. Quick throw on 1st down to the slot receiver, Stovall. He'll turn up field. Will get about 7 yards to the 28-yard line before Wilson Byers knocked him down. Byers is slow to get up. It looked like the helmet of Caden Stovall went right into his belly. He says he's going to stay in the ball game. 2nd and 2.
So Wilcox able to get that one back. He had 3 straight incompletions and then an interception. So getting back in the plus column.
2nd and 3. Adcock at the right hip of Wilcox. QB1, pump fakes, throws up deep left side. Page behind the defender, catches it at the 30. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. That's 6 for the Rebels over the top left side. Wilcox to Page for the 3rd time tonight. Rebel touchdowns presented by Weaver Tax and Accounting. That one covered 72 yards.
I mean, just incredible ball placement. I mean, Page, he had him burned. Once again, had all the space in the world and just uses that speed. Wilcox puts it right where he needs to, and Page uses his speed to get the touchdown. 276 yards passing now for Wilcox, and now over 200 yards receiving for Easton Page.
Stovall for the extra point. Hold is down, kick is away, and the kick is good. 2:21 to play third quarter. Rebels have opened up a 21 lead, 49-21. We'll return with the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff as Leake Academy playoff football rolls on.
Dr. Brooke Bobo and his staff at Carthage Veterinary Clinic wish you and your animals the very best. They treat all animals, large or small, with the care you would want for a member of your family. Carthage Veterinary Clinic provide for your sick or injured animals and also offer grooming and boarding as well. Located on Highway 16, Carthage Veterinary Clinic is open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 7:30 until 5:30, and Wednesday and Saturday from 7:30 till noon.
When it comes to finding the perfect home, experience matters. Lee Realty is connecting buyers with quality new construction homes tailored to their needs. Hey, it's Stacey O'Neill with Lee Realty. Whether you're starting fresh or upgrading, our team will guide you every step of the way, making the process simple, smooth, and stress-free. Ready to get started? Give us a call today.
We don't want everyone's business, just yours. Lee Realty, 206 West Pickett Street, Philadelphia, 601-562-7123.
Boswell Media Sports.
Henderson takes the kickoff at the 15. Up the middle, across the 30, put down at the 35. Joey Saki and John David Gill make the tackle. 2:14 to go third quarter. Rebels lead it now 49-28 in a wild one. Update from Flora. They start in the fourth quarter. Tri-County leads Columbia 28-7. And starting the fourth quarter up in Fulton and 4A public school action, Kosciuszko leads Itawamba AHS 33-7. Second round playoff game for the Whippets. Try Avis, the quarterback, gets back in the shotgun for Washington. Down 21 points late third quarter. Take the snap, hand it to Morgan. He's got room up the middle. Hard run for about 9, maybe 10 yards. They'll say 10, and it's a first down. Carter Pigg caught up with him. But boy, Morgan shot straight up the middle. From the Washington 45. Same play. Morgan kind of stumbled a little bit coming up the middle and gets only one that time. Saki and Dillard got him. 2nd and 9. Under 2 minutes to play third quarter. Winner of this game plays in the MAIS 3A state championship game at JA next Thursday night. 7 o'clock. We'll have special high-quality audio broadcast of that for you on the Boswell Media Sports YouTube channel and Cruising 98.3 if the Rebels make it. 2nd and 9. 3 wide out set. Avis, off play action, throws in the flat to his tight end, who carries it to the Leake 49 of our gain of about 5 yards. Ewing makes his second catch of the night, but Kobe Kemp was there to make sure he didn't make more out of it.
Yeah, third down now. Rebels, they can stop them here and they can just get back on offense. That's where they've succeeded because the momentum is in their hands offensively.
3rd and 4, yard deep in Rebel territory. Rebels linebackers creep up to the line of scrimmage. 4-man front, 3 linebacker set. Avis takes a shotgun snap, chest high, rolls out right, throws to the stick, sideline, but the pass is incomplete, intended for Henderson. Interesting decision coming up now for Washington with 3rd and 4, 43 seconds to go in the third quarter. I'd imagine we'll see the offense stay out there.
Yeah, Kobe Kemp there on the outside. He dived towards the sideline. Couldn't tell if he got a hand on it, but he definitely got in the way of the vision of the receiver. It'd have been a tough catch to make either way.
4th and 4. Washington, as we expected, will go for it. Ball at the right hash. They need to get it to the LA 45. 3 wide out set, 1 left, 2 right. Rolling out is the quarterback, Avis. He throws to the sideline, incomplete.
They ran the same play.
And that one wasn't even nearly as close as the second one. Great job, Kobe Kemp at middle linebacker, getting over there and getting in the passing lane. Nowhere to go with it as they were running into the short side of the field with the Generals, and the Rebels take over on downs with 37 seconds to go in the third.
All smiles on this Rebel sideline. And they have a chance here just to, this is not where you take your foot off the gas. Because we've seen how fast momentum can change. Do not take the foot off the gas here.
Absolutely not. Great field position from their own 49 left hash. Warren and Paloka split out to the left. Stovall and Page to the right. Bring Palokas in motion. Set him as an H-back. Looking to throw. Wilcox gets hit from behind, but stays upright. Now he's going to take off to his left. 45, 40, 35. Brance Brown shoves him out of bounds, but he picks up a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down.
He's a brick wall. Just throws the man off the sack. He was looking for a receiver and then cuts off field and gets a stiff arm.
However, there's a penalty. It's against the Rebels holding. So the gain, first down negated. I did not see where the flag went down. Of course, that's a penalty that goes from the point of the infraction. Looks like they're going to mark it from the 46 in Washington territory. Well, from the 40 back to the 50. So it looks like it's going to be first down and 9. First and 9, 27 seconds left in the quarter. The clock will begin to wind. Rebels come to the line of scrimmage. Now Coach Burns saying, hold it, just let that clock tick away. We're going to tick down to the end of the third quarter. Leake will carry a 49-28 lead to the final period in the 3A semifinals. Ticks down 5, 4, 3, 2. Well, they'll run a play right before the break. Quick throw. Complete to Stovall to the 35, 31. They fooled me. They fooled the defense. Crowd wanted a dead ball personal foul on Washington. They got away with one there, but it's going to be a pickup of 19 yards in the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down. We're at the end of the third period. Leake ahead 49-21. We'll be back with the start of the fourth quarter.
Sunrise over Neshoba County signals another hard-working day, and locals know just where to get the job done right. Neshoba County Co-op serves our community, supporting farmers, gardeners, and home growers with trusted supplies and friendly advice. From feed and seed to hardware and clothing, every aisle is filled with the essentials you use to make your living. Rooted in Mississippi traditions, the Neshoba County Co-op is proud to help your work flourish. Every season, every reason. Neshoba County Co-op, Philadelphia.
Roll into Junction Deli, where nourishment meets journey. On the menu, delectable breakfast, lunch, and supper. Whether you're in Philadelphia, Newton, Union, Carthage, Louisville, Oxford, or Scuba, we're the local pit stop that blends the allure of delicious food with the convenience of a fuel station. Remember, when your stomach grumbles or your tank covers on empty, we're just around the corner. Download the Junction app for ordering convenience and look for the new car wash in Louisville next to Walmart.
Boswell Media Sports.
Start the fourth quarter. Put 12 minutes on the clock. Leake 49, Washington 28. And a 2 versus 3 seed game from Thaggard Field. Philip Palmertree and Cooper Sanders on the call. Rebels have first and 10 from the Washington 31. Garrett Adcock carries on first down for a gain of a couple to the 28, at least second and 7 for the Rebs. Fourth quarter presented by the Neshoba County Co-op.
Rebels just, once again, cannot take their foot off the gas. They have to continue to do what they've been doing. You've seen how fast this game can turn 0 to 60. We're at 60. Push it up to 80, 85, 90.
2nd and 7. 3-man front for the Generals. Linebacker creeps up at the edge. Handoff Adcock. He's into the open field 20, 15, to the outside 10, 5, and wrestled out of bounds at the 3. Gain of 25 on the carry, and the Rebels are in the performance therapy red zone, 1st and goal in the opening minute of the 4th. In fact, now they move it back to the 4. 24 yards officially, but it's 1st and goal Rebels.
.127 yards rushing this game.
Out of a 3 wide out set, shotgun, handoff. Adcock turns, spins around a defender, and goes in left side into the end zone. That's 6 for the Rebels. And now a scuffle is breaking out. And George Wilcox getting in the middle, trying to separate the blue-shirted guys from the white-shirted guys. Coaches are coming out to separate them as well. Don't see any flags coming out, but it's a 4-yard touchdown run for Adcock, his 2nd on the ground, 3rd overall tonight. Rebel touchdowns presented by Weaver Tax and Accounting.
Yeah, big touchdown there, but, man, the emotions are high. I mean, that's all you can say, and you just can't let your emotions get the best of you. Good job by Wilcox and the coaching staff to pull players apart. And, I mean, because as a player, sometimes, I mean, as a kid, you want to go out there and help your teammates. You think you're being big, but, I mean, ultimately, you just got to play it smart and don't get involved in that.
Here's Stovall's point after attempt into the north end zone. Kick is high and long and good. Leake Academy is doubling up Washington now with 11 minutes to play, 56-28. And, boy, what a ball game this has been, Coop.
It has. I mean, it's been huge. And early on, it looked like it was going to be a lot closer than it was. And coming out of the second half, I mean, Washington was nearing midfield. I mean, they were getting ready to tie this ball game. It was a one-possession game. And then Gage Warren, interception, new ball game since then.
And with a 28-point lead, don't think Coach Brian Pickens has taken his foot off the gas either. He got his kickoff team out there and really gave them some emphatic instructions before they headed out there to tee it up. Well, if Leake holds this kind of lead down the final 11 minutes, people are going to look at it and say, well, that was a blowout. But let me tell you, this was anything but a blowout. This game was hard fought and hard won if Leake holds on to win it. Here's the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff, taken at the 17. Bailey across the 30, reaches the 33, and the Rebels surround him there.
I think they may have had 12.
Yeah, there was some. We heard some people down below us complaining Washington had 12 on the field, and Cooper's count looked like 12, but somebody in the stripes noticed that. And I'll say, with the overall quality of officiating we've had through the season, taken as a whole, tonight's been on the underside of the average.
Yeah, I mean, there's been some missed pass interference calls, some missed, I'm not going to say some, a lot of missed unsportsmanlike conduct calls. And
yeah, it's been a difficult game to officiate. I mean, those guys certainly are not phoning it in, but it's been a rough night for the guys in stripes. From the 33, new quarterback in the game, tosses it out left side to Robertson, and he will pull his way to the far sideline and get about 8 yards, the 41-yard line. New quarterback in the game is Cashin Doolittle. Where's number 6? He's a junior, 5'10", 155 pounds. Not a big kid.
You know, talking about the officiating with the unsportsmanlike calls that they're missing, you know, I think there'd be a lot less missed ones if they made some calls and maybe got the stuff under control.
Yeah. Off snap is bobbled, ball loose in the middle of the field. There's a pile up on it, and then there's a late push. Number 7 getting after it again, and he's going to get flagged this time for Washington.
I mean, yeah, that one's right in front of the official. I mean, you can't miss that call.
Question, who has the ball? Do the Rebels have the ball? It looks like they do. Dead ball, personal foul against the Generals. And the Rebels have recovered the fumble at the 41.
I'm going to go back and see who possibly got it because they didn't react like they got it at first. It was 2 guys on the ground kind of both fighting for it.
That was one of those ones where the 2 guys got it, and it depends on who the officials see. Seems to have it when they unpile everybody.
The Rebels didn't act like they had it. I think that's Caden Monk with it. I think it was Caden Monk with the recovery.
4th turnover generated by the LA defense. And after the 15-yard dead ball penalty, the Rebels have it at the 26 in Washington territory. Leading 56-28. Handoff. Adcock up the middle, 20. Made a little wiggle, gets him to the 14 before Cameron Stepney, the safety, tackles him. It's a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down, and the Rebels are back in the performance therapy red zone.
Yeah, it looked like they were telling them to stick to TikTok is what the student section was chanting towards Washington. Not sure what that's about, but.
From the 14, well, officially we'll call it the 14. Adcock takes the handoff right side, big hole to the 10, and he gets grabbed around the waist and spun down by Ethan Bailey at the 9. Gain of 5 on first down. Under 10 minutes to play. 4th quarter presented by the Neshoba County Co-op. Rebs trying to finish off the visitors from Washington County. And they're willing to take some time. 2nd down, 5. Wilcox looks at a 4-man front, handoff, left side. Adcock getting to the corner, to the 5, cuts inside, and he's in the end zone. That's 6 for the Rebels. A 9-yard touchdown run for Garrett Adcock, who has been the star of this second half. And the Rebels have 62 on the board with an extra point coming. Rebel touchdowns presented by Weaver Tax and Accounting.
Hanging 60 on somebody isn't something you see very commonly, and that's not what you see in the semifinals, at least.
You make the extra point here, you set the clock to run as well. Here's the extra point attempt. Stovall boots it, and it's good. 9:19 to go, 63-28. We'll be back in 1 minute with the Morris Pharmacy kickoff. Leake Academy playoff football continues.
Navigate your way to Carthage Collision Center. Easy to find, right on Highway 16 in Carthage. Our professionals offer exceptional repair services, getting you back on the road in no time. Experience unparalleled customer service coupled with cutting-edge technology. Call us 601-267-4727.
Make a turn towards peace of mind with Carthage Collision Center, where quality meets reliability.
When memories matter most, trust Wilcox Funeral Home to honor your loved one's legacy with compassion and dignity. Our caring team walks with you every step of the way, providing comfort and support during life's most difficult moments. From personalized services to attentive planning, Wilcox Funeral Home is your partner in remembrance and healing. Celebrate a life well lived, because every story deserves to be told, cherished, and never forgotten. Wilcox Funeral Home. Our family, serving your family for 90 years now. Jordan Street, Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
Here's the Rebel kickoff after the touchdown, an extra point that has made it 63-28. We're under 9 minutes to play fourth quarter, and the clock is running. Squib kick taken at the 32. Up the numbers right side. Joshua Gray puts a lick on Rogers Ewing and puts him down at the 42. But the clock will run continuously unless there's an injury or a timeout in this fourth quarter. And the Leake offense has erupted in the second half.
I mean, over 450 yards of total offense this game. They're nearing that 500 mark. They're playing well.
Cashin Doolittle, the new quarterback, working his second series for Washington, leads his team to the line of scrimmage. The 42, moving left to right against the Rebel D, four-man front for L.A. Handoff, not much there. A yard, nothing more for Keelan Lovett getting his first carry of the evening. Joey Saki wrapped him up. 2nd and 9.
I know Coach Pickens here probably telling his team to keep that mouthpiece in. And by that I mean don't talk. Don't say anything. I know you want to, but.
Riker Wells comes in for Caden Monk. Play fake. Quick pass left side. Up to the 50. Gain of about 7. Goes Stephanie. Austin Swinney comes in, replaces Kobe Kemp, who has played another great Kobe Kemp ball game tonight. This Rebels have sort of turned Harlem Globetrotters on the Washington Generals here. In fact, that was going to be the In Sports Trivia. We've had so much action and little space to talk about anything.
What was it going to be?
I'll give you a couple of those questions here in just a second.
Deal.
Let's get this play. We'll get this one here. 3rd down and 2 from midfield. Handoff, but only a yard. Alan Olivo made sure that Keelan Lovett couldn't get the first down. It'll be 4th and 1. All right, here's the first one. Multiple choice question. The Harlem Globetrotters were originated in what U.S. city? New York, A. Detroit, B, or C, Chicago? While you think about that, we'll mention that Henley Jenkins and Jackson Hatton have come into the game. There's a timeout for an injured Leake Rebel, maybe a cramp down there. But, the Harlem Globetrotters began in what city? New York City, A, B, Detroit, C, Chicago.
I'm just going to take a guess here because I have no idea. New York.
The correct answer is Chicago.
See, that was my second guess.
They were a Midwestern barnstorming team going around the Midwest playing in the late 1920s. And then the reason they got named the Harlem Globetrotters, of course, Harlem is a neighborhood in New York. But however, their manager thought they could get bigger crowds if people thought they had come from New York. And so gave them that name as it was a marketing trick.
Interesting.
We've got play stopped with 5:47 to go. Injured Rebel down on the field.
I don't know if you've ever heard of the Harlem Dream. They're like this great value version of the Harlem Globetrotters, and they came to Noxapater High School a few years ago. I got to watch them.
All right, that's good. Talon Dillard walking up on his feet. Walking carefully with David Jones to the near sideline. Rebels lead at 63-28 in the semifinals. Heading out there, Quentin Harris. See also John David Gill, Riles Wilkerson, Gavin Gamillion, Luke Jones. Out there on the Rebel D. Also 55, Eli Atkinson on the D-line. And now the clock starts winding again. We're ready to resume play. 4th and 1 for the Generals. They'll have Charles Poole in at quarterback now. Poole will bring his H-back in motion. Snap is over his head. He picks it up, rolls out left side. He's still on his feet trying to come around the right side now. Rebels giving chase to the 45, and he stopped at the 46, and that will be the Rebels' ball on downs.
Yeah, but he tried to get around to get there. The Rebels just swarming. And a good run by him, though. I mean, he didn't gain any yards, but, I mean, he ran hard.
Ends up losing about 4 on the play. Austin Swinney made the tackle, and the ball goes over to Leake on downs. Under 5 minutes to play, and Leake's just got to run this one out.
I usually try not to cough in the mic, but 70?
Yeah. Well, it looks like I see down there, John David Gill will be at running back. Looking to see some of the other personnel may be for Leake. Coach Pickens may let the play clock tick down and take a timeout and get his personnel organized. What a night it's been for LA. Fight in the first quarter. Trailed 14-6 at one point. Led at halftime 35-21. And now lead at 63-28. Washington got to within 7, taking the opening kickoff of the third quarter, the length of the field for a touchdown. But Leake has run away from them since then. Rebels will put some new personnel out there. Haverson Middleton out at wide receiver. Jackson Hatton at tight end, 68. Braylon Ellis in at tackle. John Brady Pickens in the ball game. 26, Jack Carr splitting out in the slot. Hatton split out to the left. Quarterback Riles Wilkerson hands off to John David Gill. He's got a good gain on first down. Gets surrounded by defenders and driven to the ground at the 41, a pickup of 5.
Just the third rusher for the Rebels tonight, Gill. Nice gain there. Me as a stat guy, I was just, hoping to see Adcock go back out there because they had about 46 yards to go, and he's 40 yards shy of 1,000 on the season. That's if my math's right, which most of the time it's not. So.
On 2nd and 5, hand off Gill behind right tackle. Will push his way for 2 to the 39. Leave the Rebels with 3rd and 4. Cullen Manuel, Quint Boykin come into the game.
And there is security coming to the Rebels sideline now.
.27 Max Palokas in the slot left side from the shotgun. Looks like somebody moved early. Offside against the Generals. That will result in a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down for Leake. Clock under 2:25 to play. Continuously running. Leake 63, Washington 28. First and 10. Hand off. Good hard run. Smacking over defenders goes Cullen Manuel, the freshman.
Yeah, Manuel getting some reps. I mean, he ran hard and ran over a defender. So a nice run there. Picks up a few yards.
Pick up a 3, 2nd and 7. Under 2 minutes to play in the Neshoba County Co-op fourth quarter. And it's a good thing you get to this running clock situation because and get new guys in the game, and it also kind of cools off, I think, some of the hot heads, you hope. 2nd and 7. Hand off right side. And Keelan Lovett putting the tackle on Manuel. Gets about 1 yard down to the 30.
And if you don't get a first down here, I mean, I think, call me crazy, I don't think it's a terrible idea to send Stovall out for a field goal. Get them used to that distance because you never know what situations you're going to be put into next week.
Perhaps so. It's they'll have to run one more play.
Of course, yeah, before fourth down.
But then they can elect to let it tick down to 0. We'll be at the Woodstock Furniture postgame. Here's Gill carrying on 3rd and 6. He goes left side down for about 4 to the 26. Looks like Coach Pickens making sure that they can let this clock tick down. Looks like that's what the Rebels will elect to do and take a 63-28 semifinal win and punch their ticket to the state championship game next Thursday night in Jackson. Tri-County was winning 28-7 at the start of the fourth quarter. Check to see if I've got a final on that. I do not.
What a game tonight. These two teams, of course, we want to be careful here. But, man, Rebels, this offense in the second half was incredible. Dominant.
Final score, Leake Academy Rebels 63, the Washington School Generals 28. Leake moves on to the state championship game. We'll talk more about it when we return as Leake Academy football continues from Boswell Media Sports.
Westside Body Shop says, let's face it, stuff happens. And when it does, they can take care of damage as small as a chip in your windshield all the way up to full collision services. Insurance claims are always welcome too. Just be sure your first stop is Westside Body Shop in Philadelphia. They also specialize in truck accessories, including toolboxes, visors, Nerf bars, and winches. They make your ride look cool. Westside Body Shop, just off Beacon Street on Waterview Lane, right behind the Huddle House in Philadelphia.
Life is full of surprises, but with the right insurance, you can be prepared for whatever comes your way.
At South Group Insurance, they offer tailored insurance solutions for your home, auto, business, and farm. Whether it's protecting your family or securing your future, they're always there to help.
South Group Insurance agents are local, experienced, and ready to help provide personalized service that's right for you.
South Group Insurance, just off the Court Square in Carthage.
Thanks to Rosebud General Store, I can get all I need to work the farm right here at home.
Because they go hand in hand with what you use. Spreaders, hay bale rings, cattle catch pins, head gates, and fencing supplies. And let's not forget a great clothing department with boots and shoes to clothe the whole family.
Plus feed and medicine for all our animals, and even a deli to feed us farmers at lunch. That's my faithful friends at Rosebud General Store, Highway 487 East in Rosebud.
When dealing with something as complex as taxes and payroll can be, you can turn to Weaver Tax and Accounting to make things easier. Their professional staff works diligently to make sure your business and personal returns are complete and finished in a timely manner. Weaver Tax and Accounting will also execute your bookkeeping and payroll, bringing you the best in tax services since 1979. Weaver Tax and Accounting, 20 South Street, Sebastopol, and 109 Chadwick Avenue in Walnut Grove.
Navigate your way to Carthage Collision Center. Easy to find right on Highway 16 in Carthage. Our professionals offer exceptional repair services, getting you back on the road in no time. Experience unparalleled customer service coupled with cutting-edge technology. Call us 601-267-4727.
Make a turn towards peace of mind with Carthage Collision Center, where quality meets reliability.
My knee rehab was 100% successful thanks to Performance Therapy. They sat down with me and created a plan to ensure I would achieve my personal rehabilitation goals, and they encouraged me to get the most out of every session. Performance Therapy provided plenty of material for me to continue my rehab in between sessions too. Hopefully I don't have to see them in the future, but if I did, I would definitely choose Performance Therapy again.
For more information, go to performancetherapyms.com. Performance Therapy, Carthage, Philadelphia, and Forest.
Ready for your next ride? Triple M Motors has been serving you for 54 years, offering unbeatable prices and an impressive selection to match every lifestyle. With easy financing options and top-notch service long after you drive away, your car buying experience is hassle-free from start to finish. Trust the name that's been in your corner for over 5 decades. Stop by Triple M Motors today and see why our customers keep coming back, generation after generation. Triple M Motors, Highway 35, Carthage. Sunrise over Neshoba County signals another hard-working day, and locals know just where to get the job done right. Neshoba County Co-op serves our community, supporting farmers, gardeners, and home growers with trusted supplies and friendly advice. From feed and seed to hardware and clothing, every aisle is filled with the essentials you use to make your living. Rooted in Mississippi traditions, the Neshoba County Co-op is proud to help your work flourish. Every season, every reason. Neshoba County Co-op, Philadelphia.
Boswell Media Sports.
When we start the Woodstock Furniture postgame from Thaggard Field, Leake wins over Washington 63-28. Gets the semifinal victory and advances to the state championship game next Thursday. Tri-County was leading 28-7 early fourth quarter against Columbia, last score that we had. And we'll probably get an update on that before we wrap this one up here. Philip Palmertree, Cooper Sanders with you. Let's see, Tri-County wins 44-7. Mason Middleton giving me the update. So it will be Leake and Tri-County playing a second round. Game at 7 p.m. We cannot bring you a Triple M Motors video stream for that one, but we will bring you the game on Cruising 98.3 and a high-quality audio broadcast on the Boswell Media Sports YouTube channel next Thursday night. You should sync that up with the official video feed that you get from Raider Network, and you'll have the best situation of all. But great game for Leake. It did not come easy, however. They had to fight their way to this win, this 35-point win, which sounds kind of strange, but this was a battle well into the third quarter, Cooper Sanders, and you got to tip your cap to Washington, but they just could not keep up with the Rebels in the second half.
I mean, yeah, it was 35-28. They had a chance they were nearing midfield, and they had a chance to make it a tie ball game early on in the third quarter. Gage Warren gets the huge interception, and it looks like the Rebels are about to have to punt that ball right back, and then a 54-yard touchdown pass from Wilcox to Adcock, and that just blew everything up, and it made it a ball game from there.
So that's what we know. The team going down the end zone, posing for a photo. And we got Coach Brian Pickens coming up here to talk to us during the Woodstock Furniture post game. But down in the north end zone, team posing. Of course, this is the last game at Thaggard Field for this ball club. We'll be at the Brickyard for the second time this year. When we were there back in week 2, we even said before we went off the air, let's make one more visit here. And the Rebels have done the work and put the effort forth to make that happen and getting the 63-28 win tonight. And head coach Brian Pickens is with us. He's got the headset on. Coach, congratulations. And I told Coop before you got in here, people look at this game and see a 35-point margin, but they probably won't appreciate how hard fought this game really was.
It really was. Now, the reason they're taking that picture is this is the first time in school history you're looking at the regional champions of Class 3A District 1. We found that out. We found out we were playing for a championship.
Okay.
Oh, probably about Tuesday when the trophy was sitting on my desk, and I thought, what is this? But anyway, really proud of, like I said, it's a great thing the MAIS did. When we got rid of the old North and South State, it was kind of a deal where you would win a game, the semifinal games, go to the state championship, and, back in the day, like when you go back to 2010, we were the North State champion going to the state championship. Well, in 2020, we were not the North State champion. We just were the state champion. And I know it means but to those kids down there, that's what it's all about. When Coach Stovall brought the trophy out there, they went crazy. So that's what it's all about. Seeing these young men just excited over winning something and calling themselves a champion. So like I said, really proud of that. And like I said, hats off to the MAIS for this right here. Like I said, it makes this game a little bit more special, and in the future we'll know this. But yeah, that's why they were down there as a picture. If you look, there's a trophy somewhere. I just hope they hadn't broke it because the bolts weren't on there real good. And they were really excited with that trophy. So that's a bunch of teenage boys, and they ain't scared to tear up something. But anyway, if they tear it up, it's their trophy. So, hey, but something else we can put in trophy case. But, yeah, that's why they're taking that picture. So, like I said, just proud as heck of these kids. But, yes, Washington came in, and, everybody, you'd asked me on the radio show and, really before the show, we're a lot more professional when we're on the show, and you don't just ask me, are they any good, Coach? But before the show, you said, how good are they? And I get a lot of my parents for saying, how good are they? When you play a semifinal football game now, you expect to play some of the best in the state of Mississippi. We're in the D1.
Yes.
And Washington came in here, 9-1. They're district champions. Their only loss was to Tri-County this year. So, like I said, Jason Wilcox, I'm giving a call out. Jason Wilcox shaking my hand here. It's a big game when Jason Wilcox stops and shakes your hand. Most of the time he just walks on by. But anyway, you're kind of getting back to it. So, we knew they were going to be good. They were very, very athletic kids. I'm sitting here, just looking down there, and I'm seeing number 2 down there. 2 was a heck of a player. 22 was a heck of a player. 32, 17, you name them. I mean, these kids could fly, but then they had some good-sized linemen. Very physical football team. They were getting after it, and we felt like going into this game that they would probably come out and challenge us in the run game, and getting that too tight. But they did it. And I thought our kids responded well, but like I always say, it's about response. It's about how you respond to a situation. And look, we take the opening kickoff, and we kind of really wanted to because we felt like, hey, let's get down there, let's put the ball in the end zone, let's put some pressure on people. And, we had to punt. We were 3 and out.
3 and out.
And then they took the ball and had a huge play, I think, early in the game and scored and made it, 7-0. And then we came back. We responded, scored. You got to help me with how we scored. I can't remember how.
That's right. When you score this many points, it's hard to keep up. It's a great problem to have.
Yeah, they're season high tonight, but I can't remember who got us on the board.
Yeah, we went down there, and, we got on the board. George ran one in from 1 yard out.
So George, we get down there. George runs it in, and, look, I am excited as heck to have old Caden Stovall back. He came back, and, just look what he did with the extra points tonight. Now, he came out a little rusty. He hadn't kicked since Canton. And, we hadn't let him kick a lot since he's been back. He's been doing a lot of full speed practicing receiver with us. But so he came out a little rusty. So it's 7-6. Then we scored. They scored again, 14-6. We were actually going to go for one. You've heard of Lane Kippen and his analytics. Well, I have Corey Burns. That's my analytics. And so I was going to. He said, Coach, I think we just kick one and we'll be back in it. And I said, all right. Well, they jumped off sides, and we responded by getting the 2-point conversion, and that made it 14-14. And from there, we went up 21-14. Came out in the second half, and we're kind of shaky. That's something that, I know we've only got one more game, something we kind of got to address, that we got to, we needed to come out a little bit more vigor.
They had a really nice 3.5 minute drive to start the half and got to within 7 at 35-28.
Yeah, and then, it's 28-35. We throw the interception. I thought our defense really stood up then. That's when they could have, we had some bad special teams things. They faked the punt on us, had the kick return, things like that. And that's hard on a group of kids mentally. But I thought our kids just kept battling. And I thought that Easton had a great game. I can't remember. It was the slant route he had, and then it was I think it was an RPO that we hit him across going down the field. And I think he scored on that. So, like I said, had a huge game. Unfortunately, we got Will Garner back, and we're excited to get him back. And then he kind of did the same thing out there to his leg. So, that brought in Garrett. Garrett and Gage had to go play in the secondary for us, and they did a super job of that. Like I said, I just, as a coach, as a young coach, it's always about you win. All right, we won. But as an older coach, you just love seeing how the kids just adapt to things, and they get set up. And then defensively, we kind of changed what we'd been doing. We felt like what we came into the game was going to be effective. It was, but it wasn't exactly what we wanted. And we changed our alignment, kind of went to a different front.
Yeah, saw that. We had a lot of 5-man fronts in the second half.
And that was the end of it. And so anyway, like I said, just super proud of this group. And the big thing I told them was, I told them about the regional championship, but the biggest thing is this is the first time in school history Leake Academy is going to back-to-back state championships. And that's huge what this group has done. Now next week we've got to we got to have a great week. We'll be playing Thursday, so it's going to be a shorter work week, but we got to come in, hit the ground running, and but I know they're excited about it. As a coach, yes, you're excited, but I'm excited for the kids. I think they're really excited, and this is what they wanted to do. They wanted to get back. After last year, they wanted to get back there, and so they've given themselves this opportunity, and like I said, just super proud of them.
Yeah, great effort. 200-plus yards receiving for Page, over 100 yards rushing for Garrett Adcock. He really came and flexed in the second half, running the ball, and I thought the offensive line did a good job for him.
Oh, they did. They started taking over the game towards the end there. And, that's where Garrett's deadly. We kept running that outside zone and letting him kind of find the holes, and he did a super job of that. Like I said, our offensive line, we talked about it. I told you that last week we had a very physical practice. And, I thought our offensive line really took control of the game in the fourth quarter. When we just started just pounding it, and we were able to, get up on them. Yes, we're known for throwing and making big plays, but sometimes you have to be able to do that right there, and they were able to do that for us. And like I said, defensively, I thought our kids, stepped up, had a lot of turnovers. I think
4 turnovers.
I can't remember who. I can't remember. I know Gage had the big interception down there. Well, I think it's right after they picked it off. I want to say, I can't remember. I want to say that's where Gage picked it off.
Gage picked it off at the 40.
And he's so dangerous. He's he's about 6'5" standing out there. Looks like he's 6'5" and, can reach from sideline to sideline. So you throw it up. I said, he's got this. And then I know we've had several.
We had Garner and Kemp and Monk credited with fumble recoveries tonight.
That's right.
So, great team defense tonight, and against a really good opponent. There's no question about it.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes, Washington was a good group.
Good group, but and of course we got, as you said, a big challenge ahead of us next week. Tri-County victorious 44-7 tonight against Columbia. They'll be waiting for us. We'll get a second crack at the Rebels.
That's right.
Tri-County.
And that's all you can ask for is to get yourself back in the state championship. That was a heartbreaking, embarrassing loss down there, about a month ago, I guess now. And so we're excited to get back on there. Great football team. They're gonna be ready. They're gonna be physical. They're going to get after us. And we've got to, like I told you a month ago, we've got to be able to match that. And so we get another shot to do that. And a lot of teams can't say they get another shot at doing something or another shot at playing for a state championship. So, like I said, we're excited. We put ourselves here, and now we've got to do something with it.
Coach, congratulations to you and the Rebels on the 63-28 win against Washington in this semifinal, and let you go and enjoy this one because, as you said, it's a short prep week ahead for everybody. And but certainly it's good to see a lot of smiles on those young men's faces down there as they walk off this field for the last time this year and take that trophy to the field house.
And you saying that, I know you're probably thinking, please, Pickens, be quiet. But, you say that, and it did kind of hit me,
Hey, you're the star of the show. You keep going.
Pregame, don't ever tell Angie Pickens that. She'll never listen to it. She knows I'm the star of the show. But, no, I thought about that, you know, very few times in the sport of football do you get to say this is our last time. You know, and with a positive frame of mind, this is our last time.
That's right.
And for the last 2 years, been able to do this. And like I said, I was excited to be able to win this semifinal, this regional championship right here. Last year we did it up at Magnolia Heights, and this year we're able to do it here. And you know, as an old coach, you know, when you see what you're seeing right now, everybody's smiling, mamas and daddies hugging, and everybody's taking a picture. You know, this is, you know, I always say sometimes this is what you do it for. You think it's about the wins and losses, but it's about the memories that you build. And you know, like I said, this senior group has had a heck of a career on this field. You know, last time we lost here was 2023. It's probably the longest home win streak that this school's had. And like I said, I'm just really, really proud of this senior group and what they've been able to do the last few years.
Thank you, Coach Brian Pickens, for talking to us on the Woodstock Furniture postgame, and we'll talk to you. We'll talk to you later on in the week as well. Right. State championship.
That's right. You know, we get to do our last, what I always call the highest ranked radio show in Leake County.
That's right.
We'll turn that thing on and do our last hurrah on it.
So everybody better get fresh batteries in their radio.
Get fresh batteries for the radio.
All right, Coach Pickens.
Yeah,
Coach Pickens joining us to talk about this win. Congratulations. Cooper Sanders going to get back on the headset as we wrap up the Woodstock Furniture postgame. And you had a few stat totals to pass along before we wrap this up.
Some unofficial stats. George Wilcox, 12 for 18, 295 yards passing with 4 touchdowns and interception. And on the run, he had 33 rushing yards with 2 touchdowns. And, you know, I really hate the stat that a sack takes away rushing yards from a quarterback because, I mean, he was nearing 50.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he was incredible in all aspects of the game tonight. Garrett Adcock, big time on the run game, 145 yards rushing. He's nearing the 1,000-yard mark on the season, getting close to that. That's just on 17 carries. He had 3 touchdowns. And then Easton Page, 6 catches, 200 yards.
Great night for the Rebels in this 63-28 win. Well, Cooper, let's do this one more time.
Yeah,
let's do it on one day shorter's notice. 1 day notice shorter. Well, anyway, Thursday instead of Friday is what I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah,
been an exciting night here at the stadium, and it's good to see. It's good to see these young men win another ball game and get one step closer to the big prize thereafter. All right, well, that'll do it for us. Billy Steen always does a great job for us in the studio. Thanks, Billy. And appreciate Mason Middleton running the camera. Our producer-director is the award-winning Breck Riley. Thanks to everybody at Boswell Media, Ashley, Lisa, Laura, Bimo, and Melissa. Team effort getting these broadcasts to you, these ads. Thanks for the sponsors. Thanks to our sponsors and for everybody associated with these broadcasts. I'm Philip Palmertree, thanking you for making us a part of your Friday evening. We'll do this one more time with an audio-only broadcast on Thursday from the Brickyard in Jackson as Leake and Tri-County meet for the 3A state championship. Until then, Philip Palmertree signing off from Madden. Good night, grace and peace. Go Rebels!